No problem.
Everything is looking good on the live.
Is there a broadcast link somewhere?
Yeah, I just posted it.
Yep. They're just waiting to go live.
Damn it, that
before they
Jacob
start
kid left.
anything.
Yeah, hey, watch your mouth. I'm live.
10-4.
Yep. Should be about a minute, maybe less.
Look up Rapid Racing TV on YouTube.
All
Give
right,
them
Cody,
a
can you give me a
subscribe.
test real quick?
Testing.
All right, yep, they're live now.
Go ahead and give me another one, Cody.
If you forget the name and
Testing,
you have your decal
testing.
later on, it's on your bumper.
All right, I got you. Alrighty, guys, welcome to the stream. Rapid Racing TV is broadcasting GFI's Racing League Daytona 500. 50 cars on tap tonight. That is the most cars I've ever seen in a iRacing lobby. So I'm so glad to have GFI bring me aboard the race here, especially a Daytona 500 race. I do have a co-host in the booth tonight. His name's Cody Hatton. Cody, go ahead and say what's up.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm excited to be here with Kyle and help him broadcast this race because I know he's not an asphalt guy, so hopefully I can help him out here tonight.
Yeah, and that's kind of another reason that I did bring him on board. If you guys have tuned into Rapid before or just know me in general, not an asphalt guy, but slowly working my way into it. Dirt is very fast-paced. I'm more of a fast-paced kind of guy, but nonetheless, it's always good to learn something new. But there was a couple guys that we're going to get pulled in here and do a pre-race interview. I haven't done a pre-race interview yet, but we have just under 30 minutes before the qualifying starts. So that'll give us enough time here to get probably 2 or 3 guys in, ask some questions, and get their thoughts on maybe how tonight is going to go for them. So I think first one, Cody, you said Jacob Hoskins.
Yes, in the number 23 car.
All right, well, we'll get Jacob pulled down here and see what Jacob has to say. Hey, Jacob, how you going? It's Kyle up here in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Well, we wanted to do a couple pre-race interviews, and we're kind of just picking a few different guys. Again, I'm not an asphalt guy, so the pre-race interviews is a way for me to kind of get familiar with how the drivers are feeling before the race. But coming into tonight, the GFI Daytona 550 cars on tap here tonight. What's your thoughts going in?
Me and my team, we've been talking. We're definitely realizing the size of the field, and our whole plan tonight is just to stay in the back, save fuel, and try to survive till the last lap, so we can actually be in a chance to win. So, really, my whole thought process is just survive, really.
Yeah, absolutely. 50 laps, plenty of time to make something happen. But Daytona, if it's anything like the real life Daytona, which happened just the past couple days, sort of a wreck fest there, and hopefully, qualifying up front, being able to not have to avoid those wrecks might be the move here tonight. But anybody on your car you would like to thank coming in?
I'd like to thank all the people watching. I got a few friends that are watching in a group call somewhere else, and I'd like to thank them, for their support.
Sorry, boys.
Thank Vantage, a league that brought me in here, and all my sponsors with Aftershock Motorsports, my team. So hopefully we can get a good finish with Aftershock.
All right, well, absolutely. Me and Cody want to wish you good luck up here in the booth, and we'll move you back up.
Yeah, good luck tonight, Jacob.
All right, so we got somebody in the chat here saying bring Ethan Storms in. So we'll bring Ethan down. Cody, we'll go ahead and have you ask Ethan some questions on how he thinks this night's going to go. I'll make sure that he hears us. Ethan, Kyle, and Cody up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, Cody wants to ask you a couple questions. Looks like you do have a fan in the chat, so that's another reason why we brought you down here. But Cody wants to ask you some questions.
What up?
Hey, Ethan, yeah, so how do you think your night's going to go? I mean, is there going to be any strategy for tonight that you think might help you get to the front and win this tonight, or?
Yeah, I'm thinking that kind of Denny Hamlin kind of way tonight. I'm just gonna chill in the back, wait try to avoid the wrecks and be there at the end, save my stuff until the end, and try to push there. Be aggressive at the end. It's kind of how I roll, being aggressive at the end and just gonna save. I think we're probably gonna have to pit. I'm pretty sure once or twice in this race. So be ready for that. Stay in the draft and yeah, that's basically it. I'm excited for this race because we did a Daytona race before, and I did that exact idea of pulling out and sitting in the back, and then there was no cautions. So I just sat in the back the entire time. So hopefully for a different race this time, and excited to get the season started.
Oh, that's good. Do you also think that tonight's strategy with the drafting is going to help, or do you think that people aren't going to draft with other people to get to the front? You think it's just going to be a team drafting or a car manufacturer drafting? What are your thoughts on that?
That's mixed. I think it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be teams. We have multiple teams. You can see it here in practice. Guys will pull off to the side. They'll get their team members and they'll go. So I think that's going to be a big thing. But I also think manufacturers, that's how I see it. Like I'm racing a Ford. So if I see a Ford in front of me and a Chevy or a Toyota, I'm going to go push the Ford instead just because manufacturer teammate. But, it's definitely going to be team and manufacturer based. I think so. I don't think you're just going to be pushing a guy in front of you.
Yeah, that's what my thoughts were, and that's what I told Kyle here. So I think it's going to be a lot of team drafting and car manufacturer drafting.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, though. You got to try to avoid wrecks. These guys are really, at least most of the people I know I race in this league are really good at super speed racing. There wasn't, like I said, last race, there wasn't a lot of wrecks last time we went to Daytona. So it's going to be an exciting race, I know, especially at the end.
I thought I was off the track. I was working on.
Yeah. Do you have anybody you want to thank, sponsors, people watching, maybe?
Yeah, I'm currently sitting in a GFI or GTR. Sorry, GTR. A GTR simulator. So yeah, I got to give a shout out to them. They don't actually sponsor me, but I put their name all over my car because I love their simulators. And my dad, because he pushed me into doing this racing thing, so I'm going to say thanks to him.
I think we got enough.
All right. Well, thank you. I hope you do good tonight and stay out of cautions.
Yeah, I'll try. Y'all have a good night.
Yep, you too. Good luck.
Yep, we'll move you back up, Ethan.
Okay, so everyone makes it. Gotcha.
All right, well, there was a couple different interviews that we were fortunate enough to have with a couple different guys.
Hightower wrecked me.
And you can kind of understand some different ways, some different strategies. Some of these guys might have.
Gave the kitty a boot. That's all.
18 people in the stream right now. I want to thank you guys so much. And again, we were able to just get a couple interviews done there. But let's look at the tower at the moment. Your pole setter, which has been bad fast all of practice. We'll get the camera on him. Actually, it's going to be Kyle Purcell. Kyle has put down a 46.04. in his 16 Toyota. That is the only Toyota that is even in the top 12 cars. So he's all by him lonesome up there in the Toyota, but plenty of other cars that are still in the run. Jacob Hoskins there in the Ford 23. He has made a 46.06, so only 2 thousandths of a second behind Kyle. But again, this is practice, so it's more or less trying to find the best line that you would like to run in qualifying, seeing what the fastest line would be. But Cody, after watching all the all these cars go through practice, I mean, we have 50 cars here on tap. I mean, coming into tonight, you're new in the booth, but Daytona, you've seen it quite often. With this stack of cars, let's get your opinions on what you think GFI is going to put on tonight.
Well, I think it's going to be a lot of fuel saving, especially towards the front of the pack. I think they're not going to be full blast going into it because they will need to pit. And if iRacing is 100% close enough, the fuel range at Daytona is actually only 42 to 46 laps on fuel. So these guys will definitely have to pit. I do believe. I could be wrong about that. But if it goes off real life Daytona, they will need to pit at least once to be able to make that fuel range.
And again, I'm not familiar with NASCAR, but you're telling me that these cars can only get 50 laps before they have to pit?
At full extent, at full throttle, these cars are only going to get somewhere in between 42 to 46. And I mean, you got to think they're doing 180 to 200 miles an hour at full rate. And then, it's also a 2.5 mile track. So, I mean, you're talking 2.5 miles of full blast. So, I mean, their fuel range isn't that big.
Okay.
So, if they were to do the full 500 miles, we would see these guys pit at least 5 to 6 times in a night just for fuel. But I think a lot of these guys are going to save fuel and then pit once to be able to make it to the end, because if they don't, then we may see guys start running out of fuel, and that would not be good. It would cause a lot of cautions, maybe even some reds.
Okay. Well, so the fuel situation, definitely understand that. A big track, full throttle. I understand that. Now tires. I know that on asphalt, tires go away a lot, pretty quick. So even in 50 laps, is that something that you have to conserve, or is it kind of just, full on, pedal to the metal all the way around the track for 50 laps?
Yeah, I mean, you might see some guys take 2 tires towards the end, maybe. Like if they do it just right, maybe they all pit. We'll just say at lap 30, you might see some guys just get fuel, and you might see some guys get just 2 tires. Usually, it probably takes about 70 to 80 laps for 4 tire pit stop. Unless there's been a lot of cautions and they gotta pace a lot. So, I think the tire situation would be fine. You may see some guys tonight take 2 tires when they pit. They might not take any. It might just be a fuel game at this rate with 50 laps.
Okay. Well, a little bit of knowledge there from Cody. Cody's been around it a lot longer than I have. But we're going to go on an inboard camera with a couple different guys. This is a cool camera to see the driver's point of view. So we got the 311 of Derek Williams. Derek Williams is in a Chevy. He has put down a 46.65, so that will put him top 12 fastest time in practice. So you see him running the draft, and from the car in front of him, he's on the outside. Just under 18 minutes left here in practice. We're going to go to a couple different guys on the inside camera, and we'll go to a Chevy. Chevy is the driver of that will be John Alendino in the 50 machine. John is in the top 20 with a 46.88. Running the bottom side there, going down the front stretch. Just absolutely pedal to the metal, and he's got a wreck in front of him. Big wreck in front of John. He was able to avoid that and keep his practice going. And another thing that, I've obviously on TikTok, and a lot of the Daytona has popped up on my TikTok. These drivers, they only get a absolute, blink of an eye, a split decision on what they see in front of them. If something happens in front of them, they have that split decision whether they need to go to the bottom or go to the top. And it's such a crucial thing at these speeds to, I think luck definitely plays into it. When you're in a split decision like that, you go off instinct. So it's always good to build that instinct up, and I think iRacing is a good way to, if you drive a race car in real life, I think the best thing that can come out of iRacing is not the feeling of what a race car feels like, but it's the moves that you need to make, or you build that instinct up. And iRacing is by far the best simulator to simulate those things. So I've always been a very big fan of this simulator. I've had it since 2016, 2017. Have put thousands and thousands of laps. And I can definitely tell you, the first time I ever drove a race car, which is back in 2020, I can tell you right now, it helped me out tremendously, just understanding the feeling of the car. But we're going to go to a different couple camera angles here. We're going to see if we can get on top of somebody's car. So we're going to go to the roll bar cam on a couple of these guys. So we'll go up front with some quick guys at the moment. Jacob Hoskins, he's out there on the track. I know we had the camera on him a little bit ago, but again, Jacob out there in the Ford machine with a 46.06.
Dang, Cliff, you didn't have to try and run a
Kyle Purcell, still your pole setter with 15 minutes left in practice.
Yeah, I didn't
He's
realize
out of
he was
Illinois,
out
so
You guys are gonna pit.
Hitting close to home here
pit
from where I
before
live. I
you
live in Indiana,
get
so
to pit entrance
definitely a
and
close
not
driver.
stopping after it. You might get run over.
Now, Cody, I don't know if you follow too much on, certain content creators when it comes to racing, especially on YouTube. But, I have a favorite YouTuber. He goes by the name of Cletus McFarlane.
Struggling with frames.
And,
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, because we
I've
do
watched
have 51
Cletus
cars,
for
you might wanna
almost
turn
10
off
years
your
now. I
grandstand,
watched Cletus since
any other event, stuff like that on your graphics.
one of his
turn
first
that down,
videos before
and that'll
Leroy,
help
which
you out.
Leroy is his C5 go-kart.
We are
if
going
you
to
wanna
have a
call it.
drivers meeting in approximately
And
5 minutes.
He
When I call
made his
for it,
debut on the
Get off the
Arca
track so
series.
you can hear everything I'm
And
gonna
a
say,
lot
'cause
of
this is
people
gonna
have
be
been
a lot of
saying
info.
he is, NASCAR died when Dale Sr.
Man, all these
died.
GFI logos
And now that
look
Cletus
good
is
on
back
all
in the
these cars,
sport,
man.
NASCAR will be alive again. What are your thoughts on all that?
You know, when
job,
I
no
saw
job,
his post-race interview
Yes,
the
thank
other
you.
night,
Appreciate
I
everybody
couldn't
putting
help
those
to
on there.
think that he has part
I
of
need to
Dale
check to see
Sr.
if
in
mine was
him, but
working.
he also has a lot of Ricky Bobby in him.
I was about to say that. If Ricky Bobby was a real life person, I think Cletus McFarlane is a mirror image of him. But it's bringing people to the sport. I don't typically watch NASCAR, but I started watching it when Cletus got into it because it's nice to see somebody that you kind of look up to in a way and that you follow for years and years get into the highest class of racing in the world. So it is cool to see that, but I wish Cletus the best. I know he didn't have the best night in his car, but to come out of he got wrecked multiple times that night, and not one of them was his fault. But the way he was interviewed, you could just tell that he doesn't let his emotions get to the best of him. He's thankful for the opportunity that he got. I know if of course, being a race car driver, somebody wrecks into you or you just get caught up in something bad, the emotions can get high. A lot of these drivers prepare for these races weeks and weeks in advance. They do iRacing, for example, to get ready for them. So they put in a lot of hours on here. And then to go out in front of thousands and thousands of people and kind of make a name for yourself. But Cletus made the name for himself in his interview, not even the race. So, but
yeah, it right. It was going to be a good interview when he said, "Man, I felt like a bald eagle soaring around the track." That was going to be a good interview with that line.
Yeah, I know. It got me laughing because you don't see anybody else talk like that.
Yeah, I think we might see some emotions tonight, especially with the bump drafting. If I watched a couple of these wrecks in practice here where people were bump drafting with each other, and if you don't center these cars up with each other and you get off to the right or the left just a little bit, it makes that car in front of you swirly, and it could cause a lot of cautions tonight.
Absolutely. So, and again, yeah, I think there's 50 guys here. The guy that's on the pole, Kyle, wants it as bad as the guy that's sitting in last. So it's going to be hard racing, no doubt about that. We might see a lot of cautions. We might see some. We might see good racing. We might see bad racing. You never know. But a lot of people still in the stream. This is the highest viewership I've had so far. So again, I want to thank GFI for bringing all these people to the stream. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We got Wolfpack98 saying check out that 88 car. Okay, we'll go check out 88. So I believe 88 is Nicholas Warboy there in the Chevy machine. Is that the Nationwide car, I believe? Yes, it is. So the Nationwide Chevy making his way out of practice here. Nicholas is sitting 31st right now with a 47.14. He's actually tied right now with the same manufacturer, Chevy, Parker Vance, running a 47.14 as well. So Nicholas pulls into the pits, maybe gonna take a break or, get ready for qualifying, whatever he is doing. And we will go check out number 10, as Jericho said, number 10. All right, we will go check out him. Let's see if we can find him. And that'll be Kingston Brown. Kingston Brown's in the forward. He is running a 38th right now with a 47.31. And a lot of these times right here, if we're looking at 25 and below, there's only a lot of these guys are actually tied, but the time frame is only
All right, if everybody could just pull off the
thousandth of a
track real
second,
quick.
or sorry, 1/10
I
of a
will try
second
to
off
make
from
this
each other.
as fast as possible.
No, sorry, 1/1000th of a second off from each other. So you know, you see that. We'll see
I miss
here.
your voice so much,
What's a good
dude.
example? 40. You know, if we see Parker,
I-
Nicholas
well,
running a
thank you,
47.14,
yeah.
well, the guys below
right.
them are running a
We got a lot to
47.15,
cover, 'cause
and the
there's
guy
a
after
lot of
that's
new
running a
people in here,
47.18.
I'm
So a
gonna
lot of
try to
close
get
times
through this
here.
now.
But again, that's practice. That could
First
obviously
rule,
change here.
everybody who intends on
qualifying.
racing must qualify.
We're gonna go ahead and mute our mics real quick
If
and
you
listen to the
don't
drivers' meeting, so you
turn a
guys,
lap,
as a
you will
fan,
have
can
to
get
start from the pit.
the feeling
So
of what
just
these
keep that
drivers
in
have to
mind.
go through and
It's a
what
10-minute
kind of rules
qualifying
that they have.
session,
So I'll go ahead and mute my mic, and you guys can
You know,
listen up
3
to
laps by yourselves. And just keep that in mind. Now, when I say get off the track, that means stop driving. Just saying. The initial start is on iRacing. So you'll take the green flag on the initial start. Every subsequent restart, meaning any restart after a caution or whatever, will be the leader's choice inside the restart zone, and everybody can see the Geico restart zone just before the finish line. Wrecks, yeah, they're going to happen. We get it. If the wreck is behind you, keep going until you catch the pace car. You don't have to slow down at all. Just keep going, or don't try not to hit anybody, of course, but just keep going until you get to the pace car. If the crash is in front of you, meaning that you're seeing it, slow down. Slow down a lot. You can catch up once the wreck clears. This is a big track, so you'll have time. If you are incredibly damaged, like, you get the meatball or something like that, and your intention is to get to the pits, call it out. Because people will say that you have to get around them, but if you don't, they're going to get a black flag for entering the pits. So just say if you're not up to speed, but you're not going to tow, let them know. If you do get a black flag for passing under the L because of those kinds of situations, I will clear that black flag, and that is the only flag I will clear, no matter what. So keep that in mind. Also, if you say you were passing under the yellow and I cleared that flag and I go back to the log and it turns out you're lying to me, that's an automatic suspension for a week or two. So just keep that in mind. We know if you're lying to us. All right. What else we got here? Keep the blocking down. Most people here, there's no reason for it. This is a plate track. You don't have to do it. Obviously in the last couple laps, that's totally different. But, this is a 50-lap race. Let's keep it clean. I know it's going to be tough with, 52, 53 cars, but try. Now, as for the series-specific rules, no race is going to have a faster pair, including this one. Keep that in mind when you decide you want to go 3 wide and you get knocked out of the race. It's your own fault. So no fast repairs. Incidents, once you get to 15X, there'll be a black flag. Once you get to 20X, that's an automatic disqualification. Now, it's gonna look a little different because I am handling all incident points from the booth, meaning that iRacing will not give you the black flag, I will. And I have all kinds of automations to do that, so don't worry about it. With that said, I also have the ability to, and I'm going to, for every 5 minutes of clean racing, meaning no X's or no contact, 1 incident point will be removed from your total in the booth. So let's say you have 5 incidents, you drive clean for 5 minutes, 1 incident point will be taken away. You won't see it because iRacing can't do that, but I can. So that's an incentive to keep clean. We are going to have a playoff system in this series. It's going to be exactly the same as NASCAR's, with the exception of the playoff points given for a stage win. And I am going to have 1 stage break. It is going to be at the 25 or the 1/4 of all the laps turned mark. In this case, it is going to be lap 13. And the pits will close 2 laps before that, like everything else. If you intentionally wreck, you're out. And not only out of the race, but out of our league. We have a zero-tolerance policy for intentional wrecking, whether it's during the race or retaliation. We don't put up with it because we want clean, good racing. For every 10 X's that you get, you're also going to be assessed a 1-point penalty. And for our code of conduct, keep the chat to a minimum. We have team channels in Discord for strategy talks and all that. But keep the chat in the race to a minimum, because I believe the broadcasters can actually hear our voices like I'm talking right now. So let's keep that down. I believe that is all. Oh, and we're also adding the 1 point per fastest lap like NASCAR do. So there we go. I think that's everything. So good luck out there. Be patient. This is going to be a big field. If I see somebody getting really ridiculous, I'm going to black flag you. So just keep it clean. Good luck. You can finish practice, and then qualifying's coming up in about 4 minutes.
All right. Well, you hear it there,
Thank
folks.
you, Keith. I just want to add, I appreciate everybody showing up.
That was a long driver's
Thanks
meeting.
for putting the GFI decals on your cars. If you're
Yes,
still
it was,
having
Kyle,
issues
but
with that,
I mean,
let me
he
know in
had
the
to go
Discord, and
over
I'll
all
help you
the
later
rules
on.
so that way these drivers knew exactly what was going on and what they needed to know.
8 pit stalls here,
And that's always
but
a good
you
thing.
should see your number
to go
on
through
that
everything,
pit
make
stall.
sure these drivers
If there
know
happens
what
to be
the
another car
rules
in it
are.
at the same time, you may
It's
still
going to
see
be a
that
part
car
of a
there,
league that
but
has
just pull into
strict
your
rules like
pit
that.
stall under your board.
You know, if you
and
guys
you
drive
should
on
be
iRacing,
fine.
you know how bad it can get in certain leagues or a lot of host
Happy
races.
to
You know, official
very happy to be
can
here
go bad.
tonight. Thank
So,
you.
But I think with
Thanks for letting me join this league. It's amazing.
with him having those stricter
And
rules.
can we please keep the cussing down? Some of us are screaming.
And the reason why I do have the driver chat on for you guys in the booth is again just
4 wide last
you
year in
can hear what the
Talladega.
driver's saying, maybe to other people or to their spotter,
This isn't
whatever the case may be. It's always nice to hear
Going
that.
4 wide here is just a death sentence.
But just 2 minutes remaining here
It
in
ain't
practice,
Talladega
then we'll move
night.
into our qualifying.
Come on,
I'm getting excited up
where's
here,
your
Cody, in the
sense of
booth, and I'm not the guy to say I'm
experience,
excited about
Matt?
asphalt racing, but I know you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am excited to watch this, and I think once you catch on to with like how they run these cars, and once they go to different tracks, because Daytona is a big track, so I mean they can run full speed, but like once you go somewhere like Martinsville or Bristol, these guys are gonna have to use a lot more brake and stuff. So I think it's a learning curve for you, but I think you'll do all right because you do have the dirt side down. But I think you'll get the hang of it once you start watching these cars run at different tracks.
Yeah.
I'd just add one more thing, Keith. Since
Just
we have
another
so many cars,
minute
again,
and
about
40
your graphics,
seconds
be sure you turn those down.
Before these guys go out to qualifying. And Cody, what is
press the
our
F key,
line? What is
have
our
your
race
latency
layout look
show
like?
up.
What's our
If
lap
it's in
limit
the
for
orange
qualifying?
or
What's
the
that look
yellow,
like for
whatever
tonight?
color you're seeing, if it's
I
up
think
there,
we're just going to be
you need to
doing
turn
3
the
laps for
graphics down so it's
qualifying,
not blinking all over the
and
place.
no group
It's a big
qualifying,
track and it's a lot
which
of cars.
may hurt
So,
some of these
we'll do
guys
our
because
best.
a
We
lot
don't
of
want
these
any of
guys
those
got their
computers
fast
working on
laps
fire
from buck
tonight.
drafting. So some of them may qualify just as fast as they did in practice, or they may, be somewhere in the middle of the pack.
Absolutely. And I was kind of going through the field of cars here, and there's actually 3 Canadians with us tonight. So some guys up north running here down south at Daytona. One of them was right here, Dennis Warrens in the 96. He's from Canada, repping the Chevy out there in that purple 96. Beautiful car out there. I believe that's a Kool-Aid sponsor. Now that's a slick-looking car. Again, that's Dennis Warnes. We'll go to another Canadian here.
You guys know me and Davis are
Lund,
cousins?
repping forward all the way. Oh, and he disappeared for us. But that's the number 1.
Nice.
And we'll go down to our final Canadian, which is Eugene Richard. In the 72, he will be driving this Chevy car. He's not out onto the track yet.
Me and Jeremy are actually cousins.
But that will conclude practice, and we will go into qualifying.
Kissing cousin.
So how I usually do qualifying is I'll just pick a couple cars as fast as I can that
Baker,
are
get
out
it
there,
together.
and kind of just give you guys the fill-in on how their
39, you're
lap
blinking
times
all
are
over the place,
looking,
bud.
maybe what line some of the top guys
my
are
God.
running and what line some other people
I
are
always
running.
blink. I don't know why.
I try not to stick the camera just on one guy during qualifying. That's not very
Yeah,
fair
try
to
turning
everybody.
your event graphics down, turn the crowd off, and pit
there
road
it
to
is. The
minimum.
white flag
Put
is-
everything down
the checkered
to
flag is
minimum
now
to
out.
help out with that.
Your practice.
I just turned off pits. I just turned pits off. So.
All right, good luck qualifying, everyone.
So
Yeah,
that will
actually,
move us
pits
into our
off would help
qualifying.
a
We
lot of
will
people in
once
that
we
one, 'cause
see
it's only gonna
somebody
show your stall and your
make
car.
their
You
way
won't
to
be-
the
It won't
track,
be so confusing out there
we
with
will
all the
pick
other
'em out.
boxes and stuff, signs.
All right. I know Kyle Purcell. I know that he was fast
Yeah, go
in
for it.
practice. We're going to see what he can do in qualifying here. Repping the Toyota, the number 16 out of Lisle, Illinois, making his way out onto the
Yeah,
track,
good
gaining some
point.
speed there off a pit
For
lane, and he'll make his way
qualifying,
up to
you
the
have to
racetrack
try your best.
as he
No,
will fire down the back
no
stretch
purposely
going into
turning a minute
going
and a
into the
half
green
lap or
flag.
something.
We will see what Kyle Purcell can do in his car tonight for the Daytona 500. A lot of the cars making their way out onto the track. No time scored yet, so once I get a time up on the board, we will go and we will see who put it down. But there he goes on the loud pedal. Kyle at the top of the racetrack trying to gain as much momentum as he can there into turns 3 and 4. And he will go into the green flag now. We'll go to another car here. We got Anthony Alex, the number 54 Chevy machine, Monster Energy sponsor, making his way into the green flag. So he will now start his first lap. Cody Carson there in the Ford 94. Just exited the pits, making his way out to the track. James Beck in the 92 just exited pit lane. So a lot of these guys are just now exiting pit lane. So we haven't had a time on the board just yet. So once we get that, which I believe Jack Oldenburg will be the first one to lay down a time possibly, because he is on the bottom side of the racetrack there going down the front stretch, about to put his first lap time down. Let's see what he puts, and he will put down nothing just yet. Nothing on the board yet. Darren M. Ingram there in a Toyota 55. Got multiple sponsors there on his machine. Beautiful looking car. As we now have times on the board, Alex Fuller, your pole setter, the number 13 out of Des Moines, Iowa, putting down a 50.00. But Robert Chappelle, now your new pole setter. Robert Chappelle in the Ford machine, running a 49.97. Right behind him, Dylan Hartman there in the 49, the 90 car, but running a 49.99. So again, these guys are only 1/1000th of a second off from each other. As we see him just absolutely on the loud pedal down the backstretch. But Robert, still your pole setter with a 49.97. Clifton Chanel there in the Toyota 80 car with a 49.99. So we our top 2 and 3 guys are tied at the moment. We'll go down to some other guys. This is your number 10th on the pole tonight. Mark Booley in the 89 running a 50.01. So he is dropping down just a little bit. Still Robert Chappelle out in front. Will Weaver has made his way out on the track. Will put a time down. He's going to put him second quick with a 49.98. That's the number 9. And that is a really cool scheme. It's got checkered flags over it. It's got a few sponsors listed on there. Not a bad looking car. Caleb West. And now we have a new quick time. James Beck. The Ford 92 with a 49.96. That is the Milwaukee sponsored machine at the Daytona 500, your new pole setter. We'll see if anybody can beat him here as we have just under 6 minutes to go for qualifying. Michael Barksdale in the 00 with a 49.98. That is his best time at the moment. He's looking to make a better time on his second lap here. We'll see if Michael can get it done. He's there in the big red machine. Making his way on the bottom side of 3. Coming out of 4 now. Is going to thunder down the front stretch in front of the crowd. And we will see if he can put down a better time than a 49.98 as he goes to the bottom, way to the bottom side of the racetrack. They're almost into the grass. And does not lay down a time there. So his last lap was a 50.01. James Beck still out in front. 1,000th second better than the second position of Robert Chappelle. Will Weaver has concluded his time. Will is your top 5. They're in the number 9 with a 49.98. Zachary Tyler just ended his. That's the driver out of Pennsylvania. Trevor Gill in the 71. Now, I believe, as I'm going through here, a lot of these guys are okay. Oh, we got John Fowler out here. He is in the number 3. His last lap was a 50 even. So will he get a better lap this go around? We will see. No, he does not. He does not improve. So that last lap was the 50.05. Austin Hakes there out of Portage, Indiana. We got a local Indiana guy here. Repping the 28.
No, 15.
His last lap was a 50.01. We will see if Austin can get any better of a time here. He will not. He'll pull into the pits.
There's a way to be optimistic. Good job.
He's running 19th right now. Devins Baker. They're in the 14.
It's going to be a Ricky
He's got
Bobby
the
and
TikTok
John Gerard
sponsored
scene all
car.
over again. Just get out the car and start
He
sprinting.
is running a 50.01 as his best time. Did not get any better
But
of a
only if
time
you're
there
on
on his
site.
last lap. But we have a new quick time. Mitchell Sunstorm. They're in the 4:22 with a 49.93. That is the fastest time we have seen here tonight. So Mitchell making it happen here in Daytona, as he will now go back to the pits. And we have just a couple cars left here for qualifying. Travis Griffin, the 84, with a 50.04 as his best time. It couldn't get any better of a time there on his second lap. We'll see if he can get any better on this one. So he makes his way down the front stretch. Now across the checkered flag. Will he get better? No, he will not. So that'll end Travis Griffin's qualifying. Put him 32 on the board. Grant Madonna put down a time there with a 50.06. That's going to show him 34th. So we have about 53 or 54 cars on tap tonight. Cody, we got a little busy there with qualifying. What are you thinking right now, seeing these cars qualifying?
You know, I was watching a couple of them, and I'd just like to mention what I said earlier was that, you know, some of these guys were fast in practice because of their drafting. If you go back to look at Kyle Purcell, he was the fastest guy in practice, but now he is qualified 40th. So then that could be a strategy. I could be wrong. You know, maybe he wanted to be further in the back to start out. But, you know, some of our fast guys are sitting in the back of qualifying because some of their fastest laps did come from drafting in practice. So, you know, it kind of puts them in a weird mix here. You know, some of the guys that didn't qualify or practice good enough qualified in the top. So it could be a good race here with some of these guys that were doing good in practice with the drafting, and maybe they can move up through the ranks tonight. And it's also going to be a strategy of pitting as well.
Yeah, I definitely did notice that, as you said. The guys that were fast in practice are actually at the bottom. Some of them are at the bottom of the leaderboard here. And definitely could be a strategy, but, you know, I don't know if I'd want to start that far back. That's a lot of cars to pass, but, you know, 50 laps, I guess, plenty of time. So that will conclude your guys' qualifying, possibly, unless we have one more guy making his way out. And yes, we do. Liam Pavia, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. He's in the 38 car right now. He's a little late to qualifying here, and he will be hard on the brakes on the backstretch and did not lay a time down at all. So not sure what is going on there with him. But other than that, your guys' top 20 is on the left side of your screen. So Mitchell Sunstorm, right now your pole setter, with a 49.93. What a time Mitchell has put down here in the Daytona 500 as we are now just at a minute remaining. 50-lap race. We heard from a couple guys that cautions definitely, or pits, sorry, definitely might have to happen. But again, almost 30 people in the stream. I really can't thank you guys enough. Can't thank Cody enough coming in the booth helping me out. I know we're both excited here to be a part of the GFI League. FTR, our chap 87 saying, let's go, guys. So before we start here, everybody in the chat, let me know who you're cheering for. Let me know if you're a driver. Let me know if you're a family member of somebody. Let's hear who you're cheering for tonight as we are about to get started for the Daytona 500 for the GFI Racing League. Number 87 has some fans up in the chat. Always nice to see. Oh, you know, being a driver in a broadcast race and being able to share it with family and friends.
Congrats to the 22 on the pole. Good job.
It's always nice to have people supporting you. Durkio,
And
Kingston, number 10,
has
got a fan in the stand. Durkio, I know you've been here since practice, so thank you for tuning in tonight. All right, Cody. 50 laps.
Yep, 50 laps tonight. I think some of these guys are going to, as we heard in the interview just from a couple guys, I think a lot of them are going to try to conserve fuel. But I do believe they are going to have to make at least one pit stop tonight. So that may play a factor unless they do it during a caution.
GFI record.
But if we stay green flag racing, you know, we may see some groups
Good luck, everybody.
go in the pit, especially teammates. Maybe car manufacturers may all pit together. So we may see some good racing.
That if you get wrecked, you're
I'm
be
definitely
mad.
hoping we see some good racing.
Again,
I think we will.
Don't argue.
So I
over
did change
chat.
the ticker up for
We
you
have the
guys, but we
Holler
got Kristen
channel
cheering for Jack
in
Oldenburg. So
Discord
Jack has a
for
fan up in the
airing of
stands.
grievances.
We'll make sure to get the camera on them guys as much as possible.
Yeah. Let's just.
But for the first, few
just
laps,
keep
I
the
think
bickering
just try to bear with me the best you can. Again, not an asphalt guy, but definitely are growing a
EOLs
soft,
are going
you know,
to
a
be
good
for rule
love for
breakers
these cars.
only. No
a lot of fun
intentional
here.
EOLs. You have to start where you qualify.
Yeah, it's going to be fun race.
So we're going to get the grid up on the screen. So this will be your guys' grid for the top 12 cars starting tonight. The rest of the cars are up at the top of your screen. But Mitchell Sunstorm, we talked about him in qualifying. He is your quick time out of New England, the number 22 car. On the outside of him, James Beck out of Pennsylvania in the 92. Robert Sapel starting inside row number 2 in the 87. On the outside of Robert, going to show Zachary Wake, the number 42. Caleb West starting row number 3 in the 21. Will Weaver on the outside of him in the number 9. Zachary Tyler there in the 31. And out of Florida, Nolan Milnes in the 19. And then you will have Michael Barksdale in the 00 out of Texas. On the outside of Michael, go ahead and show Clifton Chanel in the 80. He's out of Illinois. And Dylan Hartman, the number 90. And last but not least in the grid is Trevor Gill, the number 71. So that'll be your top 12 at the moment. Again, a lot of cars on tap here tonight. Let me get you guys a total number of how many cars started this A main.
I do believe it was 55.
56. I got 56. Unless it's counting race control. So we might have 55. We're going to go on board here with a couple guys in the back. We're going to go ahead and pick Caleb West. We're going to see what his camera is showing in the inside. These guys are just pacing around right now. Getting ready to go.
I didn't hear any mention on the staged lap. 13, though, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So, Cody, I'm getting some foreign language there from race control. Staging. Talk to me about what staging is.
What's that?
It's, well, you know, staging is, they have like stage 1, right? 2, and 3. Stage 1, you know, is to a certain lap, and then they throw a competition yellow, and then whoever wins that stage gets extra points. So they get stage points for their point count. And so, you know, there's stage 1, 2, and 3. 3 is obviously the final winner.
Yeah, we'll check
but, you know, it's just a few extra points for the guys that may win that stage. I'm not sure what lap, I didn't hear what he said. That first competition stage will be
Is a car?
It's just whoever leading that will win that stage and get like a couple extra stage points, and then that will follow into playoff points and stuff once they get into
With
the
this many
championship
cars in the
rounds.
field,
Okay.
there's going to be a lot of
Well, thanks for the
blinking,
information
not
there.
of
But
their
pace
doing,
cars
so
off. Mitchell
keep that in
Sunstorm
mind.
going to start you guys out. Green flag, 50 laps here for the GFI Daytona 500, and yellow. Out, Cody?
I
What's the
believe
call?
so.
We got confusion.
What happened?
Confusion on the track already.
Never mind. Let pace car by. Sorry.
As we now will slow it
The
back
18
down.
jumped me before we even got to the restart zone.
Slowing it down
Damn.
early already.
I didn't even see it.
As we got a
I
couple,
don't know what happened. I'll just ride.
A little bit of confusion there over the race talk. But
Like you guys,
I heard somebody jumped.
We're going green there, yeah.
But the yellow came out as soon as it went
Car's
green,
on the
so the race control must have not liked that start. So they'll stack it
Yeah,
back
all I
up,
saw was 50
and that'll
cars
be a
take
complete
off. I was like,
restart
what-
here for
what's
the
going on?
GFI Daytona 500.
Damn, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
As we got a lot of people cheering
for Barney swapping them flags out
looks
that
like
fast.
Caboose Blue looking to cheer for the 35, Nick Norris. Jeremy cheering for 72. Cody, we got your mom in here. Let's go, Mitchell. That's the username. Jessica McDaniel, let's go, 87.
I'm going into 3.
And FTR saying let's go, but
Don't come to a stop sign.
can't go yet. We got some disagreements there off the start, so looking to see what they
Put
do
that
here.
Mustang into high gear, sir.
As we
It's
are
coming. It's coming.
waiting for the pace car, it appears.
All right, go, 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 go.
And there's the pace car.
It'll pass me at 72, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. If race control just didn't like the restart, or
Careful, don't accelerate hard on the banking.
what may have happened there. I didn't see anybody jump or anything that I could tell.
Yeah, I'm definitely as confused as you are. But from what I heard as soon as the yellow came out is somebody jumped somebody. So maybe that's the reason for the caution here. But, this is a strict league. They want it as best as they're going to get it. So any mistake that they see, they're going to call it out. So we're going to stack them up, pack them up, double file. The pace car's back out there. As Mitchell's Sunstorm will round them back up on the backstretch here. The front stretch, my bad. You guys can hear these guys. These cars sound so good here at Daytona. Love hearing these guys go around
Any
the track.
chance? What now?
Expedite the caution. Make it go green this lap.
Some people got to pay, I think.
So word
Some
over
people
the,
are out.
Word over the radio is some people are already out, Cody. Some people had to pit.
No, it says that I can't do that unless
Really?
you guys complete an actual
That's
lap.
what I'm hearing over the radio. I mean, we're not even one lap in, and people are having to pit and are already out of the race.
Cody got dumped before it started, and his pit crew refuses to fix it.
So Michael asking, does the jump car get a
Yeah,
penalty? I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it. All I know is we're
I'm
confused up
refraining
here in the
from saying
booth,
what I
and we're
actually
hearing
think
that
about it
people
right now, but I'm not
are
happy.
out of the race already. So possibly a heartbreak for
Kyle.
a lot of guys, because there's 56 cars out on the
Jacob.
track. Well, there was. I don't know. We'll
This
kind of go
is
through
a
the field
auto
here and
club
kind of see
moment.
what's going on. So it does look like a couple people did
That's
have to go to the
facts.
pits there off the off the main start.
Y'all saying we should tear it down and build warehouses?
No, it's from another league, me and Kyle racing. You know, Kyle, the last lap shenanigans with the caution thing.
Yeah.
So we have a couple. What's nice about iRacing is the different amount of camera angles that you can have to get a good look at all these cars. But
Hey, some of us are going to pit.
Cody, I'm looking at the second place car, James Begg,
Go catch up.
and That car is front end damage.
Yeah, I was
for me.
coming into pit, and as soon as I was about to hit the pit line,
Yeah,
it
it
closed
looks
and I
like
went to green.
Cody Carson is sitting in his pit box, or he was. I'm not sure if he still is.
You're all gonna go lap up on everybody.
Let me get a look at second place.
And maybe that's just his
Same.
bumper that it looks scratched. to
Yeah, I
me.
know, but when the caution comes out on that first lap like that, like they said, it's going to throw everybody for a loop. I say everyone's just probably going to line up close to
I
where
see
they are
what
and
you're
then
talking
let them
about.
send it.
That is a picture of a Milwaukee Saw there on the
Ah, okay.
I think what I can do is extend
driver's
the yellow
side
one
there.
lap and wave the lap cars around.
Well, that's good. James Beck thought you had damage there, but it's just
I don't
the
see
wrap
any
that
lap
you have.
cars.
Now,
Nobody
I
made
fully
it more
support
than one
your wrap.
lap.
I'm
The
a
caution
Milwaukee
came
guy
out before
myself.
we came across the finish line.
So nice to see that
Oh, okay,
sponsored
then we're good.
92
Be on the inside
machine
lane
up at the
because
front of the
we
pack,
got to
but
do our own double file restart if we want to do that.
gonna have a double file restart.
Should I pass
again,
the pace
I
car
don't
or what?
understand what the maybe it's iRacing
Is it
that's
telling
causing
you
all this
to?
mess.
Yeah. It's P1.
No, don't, because then you'll be a lap up on everybody.
Are we going green here? Because we're not lined up. We're single file.
Side. P2?
Not going.
I think we all got banned from ELO because it went before it started.
Yeah, it won't let you do double file restart unless you do it yourself.
You guys are telling you go left, right.
All right, everybody here, Keith. It looks like on my standings, everyone is on the right lap. If we just stay here and then go green from here, I think we'll be good.
So for the people that are just tuning into the
Well,
stream,
there was a couple
we
of
went
people that
green
weren't
and then
quite
we
sure
went
what was
instantly
going on,
yellow.
so now we should be one lap to green.
And now it's just
Everybody
kind
should
of
be
an
lining up
iRacing
double
deal.
file at
iRacing
this
trying
point.
to get it back together. I
But it
think,
won't let you do that because of the way the caution flag came out on the initial start.
I think they're going to get it back together, though, and
Yeah.
possibly
So
go
it's
one
gonna
to
make you
green.
start single file?
Started on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Still got to pass the pace car.
I know. Don't worry about it. Don't do it. If it black flags you, I'll clear it.
When the car wasn't it?
Are we starting?
Yeah, I think we should just restart single file. It should be fine. and then
Mitchell is
hopefully
the
it'll get
Michael
fixed on the
Jordan
next
of
one. I'm sure it's an
iRacing.
iRacing glitch. 50
Well,
It is.
Mitchell
before we went
fan
green.
22. We will see.
Let's not.
We will see what Mitchell can
Let's
do.
not
He
slam
hasn't
on the
been able to
brakes in
do
the middle of the
anything
track,
just
guys,
yet.
please.
So, once the
Yeah,
green
let's be
flag comes
careful with
out
our
and
pace
stays
lap
there for
here,
more than 10 seconds,
Yeah.
we would like to see
I'm
what
getting
Mitchell
people
can do.
getting
But
X's.
he had a
that they
great,
shouldn't be.
really good qualifying time. Just kind of knocked it out of the
I'm going to
park.
let you know the whole field's going to have black flags.
Almost
It's
30
fine.
people in the stream,
Don't worry
Cody.
about
I
it.
think these guys are getting antsy for this
clear,
green
we're starting
flag. I
single
know I
file
am.
here.
I don't know about you.
That's what it looks
Yeah,
like. So everybody,
I'm getting antsy.
tighten
You
up
know,
as best you
the
can.
pace laps
You
count
don't wanna
towards the
spread out
race, so
too much.
they only have 46 to go, 47 to go.
On the restart,
Okay,
we're all single
I
file,
did not
and
know
it'll
that,
be
so
accordion
that's
and
gonna
something-
change some
the
things.
shit or something.
We're
Yeah.
technically already 4 or 5 laps in before the green flag even went. All right, so they're
Hey,
single
let's try and
file
get through
now.
this lap, eh?
Nose to tail.
No,
Pace truck lights are off. So if
Good,
everything
good,
works
green
out
flag
right,
lap.
these guys are going to be going green here
Yeah,
momentarily.
everyone just take it easy on this first lap. Let's get around the track.
Let's just back up.
Pace truck is off.
Kind of young.
Is Mitchell going to be able to take the green flag here? We're going to see. Did they get it back together?
Oh, that's on me.
And the green flag is out. Mitchell Sunstorm going to start you
Oh,
guys
green?
off for the Daytona 500. Unfortunately, only 5 laps in, but still plenty of time as Mitchell and James out in front, leading the pack.
Winter caution or not? What's going on? There it goes. Not green. What the hell?
We got some chatter still over the radio, but it looks like we
After
are
the
officially
leader
green,
got
guys.
to turn one.
Officially green on the racetrack.
I don't know what that was all about. Oh my god.
So Mitchell
Yeah, that was
and
the iRacing
James,
thing for sure.
they've kind of left the pack, Cody.
Yeah, but I was sitting here watching this 00 car. I can't find his name. It is Michael Barksdale.
Yep.
Boy, he gained a few
was so
spots right
weird.
there. He took the high line, but obviously he's
Whatever
dropping
happens
back
here,
now
I'll be
because
sticking with you.
they're bump drafting on the bottom. But
I
he
need
got
a
a
clear
good
too.
run on the high side off them cars
guys,
coming
one
off that turn.
They're good, guys. Keith will get all the black.
That is
here.
Michael
We'll get this straight.
Barksdale
It's just an
out
iRacing
there
glitch.
in
We
the
just can't wreck
00
before we go
Chevy.
green again.
Making his way around the bottom of the racetrack here, down into 1 and 2,
What
making
the
his way
heck,
to the
iRacing?
backstretch.
Give me the
He has
flag.
fallen back to the
That's what
back of
happened.
the draft pack there. But we'll go back up front, check on Mitchell and
Can you
James.
try
They
one
are
more time?
nose to tail. That is the draft that Cody was talking about, the 2 Fords, making it happen here
Thank
at
you.
Daytona.
What is it saying you got the black flag for?
Robert Chappelle is
Passing
the one that's
on the
in
inside
third. He's in
before
the
green
87.
because it went green when I
He's
was
the
in
one
like
leading the
turn
draft
one.
pack there. So we're kind of
Oh.
split up here. So, lap number 6. And we'll
Silly.
see if anything happens here shortly. I think these guys finally got it figured out when it came to all the black flags that were being thrown.
Yeah, it'll definitely spread the field out.
And we'll make our way through the
Yeah,
pack,
I would
kind of
not
go
really
through
caution,
everybody here.
but I know the last 15 will allow the caution.
And here is the next pack. So you got Michael up in front. Then you had those guys in the second group, and now this is the third group on the track. So Dennis Warren's. Oh, go ahead, Cody.
I was going to say Robert Chappelle just took the lead. That bottom side draft that they had, they caught up to the leaders here.
We go faster, we in one line.
That quick. They already caught up to the leaders. And your new.
Let me in then.
There it is. Zachary Wake in the 42, taking the outside line down the front stretch. Is going to be your new P number 1. He is in a Chevy, making it happen, up 3 spots already on the bottom side there of the racetrack, as he has now got the group behind him. He had a group in front of him, but now he's looking in the rear view at them all. What a run there from Zachary, leading the pack down the backstretch. Right behind him on his bumper is a Toyota of Caleb West there in the Plain Jane 21. And Cody, go ahead and take it over. Take some comms.
Yeah, I mean, what these guys are doing is they need to form these lines to be able to draft lines, as if you'd like to call them, to be able to pass, because you noticed how fast that pack of drafting cars caught up to the leaders. So, with the 42, Robert Chappelle, he dropped down to the bottom side. Could have cost him a little bit of a strategy, because if he would have stayed with that high line, he had cars there to back him up. He dropped down at the bottom to go with the leaders. And that high side just gave the 42 enough run to be able to lead these guys through this race.
Slow car in the middle.
Absolutely. Well, the 42 of Zachary has figured out the rhythm here at Daytona.
Keep pushing, Kyle.
And
Check up.
as I believe we got maybe a yellow coming out. I hear a couple guys saying check up over the radio. We're going to go to the back of the field, Cody, kind of see what's happening back there.
Ooh.
As this is in the back. So this is the 17th position of Mark Booley in the
Hey, Jack,
89.
you're
Mark
blinking
is
real
up
bad.
5 positions from where he started, but
I know,
behind Mark
He
is
said
Devins
I was
Baker.
always
He has moved
tired.
up 6 positions from the green flag there in the TikTok sponsored car.
Oh, good.
Definitely not
So
the
it's
reason,
just them
Jack.
3 all by them lonesome there on the backstretch.
Right. The
Lap
39
number
is
10,
showing,
lap number 10, 40 to go.
abnormal ping, so just keep an eye on that.
We'll go even further back in the pack, check out some other guys.
Hey, Keith, I wasn't sure. Do you get points for leading the lap or no?
And the number 99 of
Yeah.
Jesse Kensrulo, they're in the monster machine. There's 2 monster cars right there. So he's out there repping the back of the pack. Looking at Dylan Hartman there, was going to try to make a move on the outside of the leaders. He's weaving in and out of traffic. Zachary playing the blocking game here as he is trying to fend him off. He is now on the top side of the racetrack. Who's going to be on his bottom side? It's going to be Dylan Hartman there in the number 90 machine, Ford machine there on the inside now. He's going to be your new pole setter. P number 1, give it to Dylan. As they thunder now down the front stretch. They just came out of 4. We got some really good racing up front here in your next-gen NASCARs. But Ford is leading the pack. Your top 4 guys are Fords, Cody. And I know you're not a Ford guy.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, it's going to be car manufacturers and teammates that are going to be drafting together, and I think a lot of these guys know that. You know, you might
Remember
see
to
four
call out
Fords
your
up there
pit
right now, but
during
you
green
know,
flag stop.
if we get another caution or maybe the stage ends, you know, you might see Chevys and Toyotas start working with their own car manufacturers and be pushing Fords back. It's all a strategy game here at Daytona tonight.
Absolutely. Definitely strategy plays in a lot in asphalt racing because these drivers have so much time. You know, some of these races last for hours. You know, when you go into a dirt race, you don't have a strategy. You go out there and you race. But in asphalt, one little tiny mistake can absolutely cost you the race. Not only the race, but your side cam of Mitchell, Sunstorm. Mitchell was the one who started you guys out in the lead. He's made his way into second, so he's one spot back from where he started. But yellow is out. Yellow is out on the speedway, Cody.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah,
Quick.
Is that
trying
the
to
stage?
see.
Hey, Keith, did it throw it on its own or what?
Oh,
'Cause
they're
I was
talking.
second coming across the line at 12, but then I got shuffled back.
Norris, I definitely still have my voice.
Yeah,
I haven't talked a lot since
your
guys' league race. The Silver Bullet League race. So I was getting ready for the
Automated
GFI,
cars
so
can
I'm
go
glad I still have my
on
voice.
The dot of that lap when the leader passes the start finish.
So as these guys will slow it down here momentarily,
almost hitting that car.
not knowing the reason for the caution.
Hey,
But
car on backstretch.
That's going to change some things up. Cody, we have 40 people in the stream right now.
Yeah, I
40
didn't see that
people
car in 1 and 2, Jeremy.
watching your GFI Daytona 500.
No,
as
you're good,
Dylan
bro. I
Hartman
handled it.
slows it
All
down
good.
behind the pace car. P1, Dylan Hartman, if I'm
Picking up on
right,
the backside.
has moved up 10 spots from where he started. So what a run there from Dylan as we got a
Checking
couple
out
people
green
cheering for
forward.
87 of Robert Chappelle. Robert
Oh, hard
Chappelle
checkup. Hard checkup.
sitting 8th right now. He's going to try to find his way back up there. He's not out of the race just yet. Nathan Strader has moved up quite a bit of spots. He's in the number 5. He's moved up quite a bit. As he will slow his car back down and get these cars paced back up. But, Cody, this has definitely been interesting.
Yeah, and I was just about to mention it. I said these guys are probably going to make their first and only pit to get fuel because they are in that window of range. And you can see that the leaders are pitting right now.
Bad for not saying anything.
So it could be a strategy game on how fast you can get out of the pits and gain positions. And then we should be a good race here. You know, maybe the leaders might not get out fast enough depending on where their pit stall is. And it looks like we just had a spin on pit road right here.
Let's not get people in the pit too, shall we?
Oh, yeah. That's rough.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was trying to get in his pit box and the guy exited out or what happened there.
So I think that mixed up the leaders. I know Dylan Hartman's still out front, but I think that mixed up 2nd, 3rd, and 4th possibly.
We're still only, even when we pit, we still only get half fuel.
Right. The fuel limit for these races is 55%.
So as you guys see, everybody
Okay, I
took
just
the
wasn't
pit
sure.
there, so they're making their way back onto the track. But a little bit of
Again,
headache
I
there
did
for a
not
couple
mention
guys
that
in the
earlier.
pits.
I
Heard a couple guys
apologize.
spin out.
No, you did. I
So-
just think I misunderstood. I thought
Might
it
have
was
caused
just
a
at the
headache there
start.
for a few drivers in the pits, but this is
30%
going to
not
change
bad,
some
you
things.
can
We're under
backstretch
yellow
first.
at the moment.
I can speak. My button's been messed up. I had to do it during pit stop. I can
As
speak.
everybody has left the pits now.
Hooray!
Go the speed limit in the pit. Sorry to whoever I dumped in the pits, but go faster.
A lot of people are cheering for the 87. We're going to go on board with the
Yeah, let's everybody
87.
try to
We're
maintain
gonna get his
pace
view
speed
here
in
under
the
yellow.
right-hand lane until you are
That is
3
Robert
stalls out,
Chappelle.
and
Robert
then you can
Chappelle
cross over.
is
Nobody should be trying to
repping
pass
the
you on the
tour,
inside. You
Ford,
should be
the
at
Ford
pace
here.
speed.
He's currently sitting 8th.
Yeah, I kind of held it.
So this is the eye-level view of what Robert sees in his race car here at Daytona. Sitting
Is anybody
8
else's
cars back
race
from
flag
the lead.
completely messed up?
But again, this is a yellow. Anything
Alright,
can
Jeremy, I'm
happen.
behind you. Let's shake and
Maybe
take,
this
pal.
restart will be better than last, Cody.
Race Labs does that.
Yeah,
when it has
and
this many
we do have a
cars
new
on
name up here, and
race.
that could be part of the strategy in the pits is Clifton
So I need to get a
Chanel.
new overlay.
He's
Got
in second.
And
as of right now.
Yeah, and he started
Double
10th.
bile.
So Clifton has started 10th, and he's made
Now,
his way
this
up
is
to
kind
now
of a unique
battle
situation. I honestly
with
was
the
not
leader of
expecting
Dylan.
this many cars.
Yeah, and another name would be Zachary Tyler there. He's sitting in third.
I think you're on the
So,
other side.
yeah, that
That
pit
guy.
kind of sent some people back and sent some people forward.
And I figured that was going to happen there. You know, these guys were getting to the point of, you know, nose to tail, and then the yellow came out, and now there could be some good racing here. But a couple fans there saying, let's go Clifton. So this is Clifton's eye
Can I
level
get my
view.
black flag?
As
wave?
they now
It said I
double
passed
file
for
it back
yellow,
up,
but I don't
lights
think-
are out on the pace star. We're going to go back out for your guys' TV view. So double.
And
Yep, go
Hey,
ahead.
William.
uh,
Thank you, sir.
I was going to mention, you know, some of these teammates pitted together and they're
99
close
video.
together, like Will Weaver and Robert
coming
Chappelle.
up.
They're right there with each other, so that may
right,
cause
let's keep the
another
restart
disturbance
tight
in
and,
the laps
let
there,
the
because
pack
now you
back
got
together.
two teammates pretty close together, and some
Sure.
of these other guys may be teammates, since I don't know everybody quite
Jesse.
yet. You
You're
know,
fine, okay.
so they're going to all be close together and maybe get with their
no.
teammates here after that pit.
Yep, definitely a good strategy here towards the middle of your guys' Daytona 500. But nonetheless, I think we're 1 to green. So
199.
out in front, the number 90 still is Dylan. There in the Ford. Looking to make something happen. But a lot of cars behind him, a lot of time left. You know, this is not the time to get crazy about it.
99, are you coming?
And,
Or, oh, there you go.
you know,
Never mind,
ruin your
never mind, never
race
mind,
or
never mind.
ruin
Sorry.
anybody
That's okay.
else's. You know, patience is definitely a good virtue here in the
Let's keep this
asphalt,
restart clean so it doesn't mess the
sort of
caution up again,
things.
please.
And that is something that I definitely lack on, Cody, is patience.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get a black killer, then
You
I'm
got to
not
have
coming.
patience in big races like this, especially with a lot of strategies. You know, it's not like dirt racing. You got to have that strategy, and you got to know who's going to be with your teammates and what car manufacturer.
We are already back yellow.
Oh.
So we had the same start
What
as
did
we
I
did
tell you
earlier.
guys?
Go on, guys.
The yellow flag
Gotta
has
keep-
come out once
Gotta
again.
keep speed up. We gotta go around pit first.
All the way around the track, guys. All the way around the track.
Now, I don't know the reason for that one.
Hey, with this big of a field too, if we like let off as soon as the yellow comes out, we're gonna accordion up. So like ease off.
Yeah. We actually have a lot of cars to do. Yeah, I mean,
Guys, we gotta go. All the way around the racetrack. Come on, mid-pack.
he goes in turn 2. Come off back right away.
I am not sure what's going on with these yellow flags tonight right off the
We gotta go all the
restarts.
way around behind the pace car.
Yeah, I'm not sure,
Whatever
but we
put it
have
called,
one guy
EOL,
going
whatever.
into the pits, Jesse Kinsrulo. I'm going to go and go
Hey,
put the
Keith, I
camera
got
on
a passing
him.
on the inside for that caution.
As he definitely is in the pits right now. That is Jesse in the
Yeah,
99
I saw it.
back into the pits. I don't know if he took damage or maybe forgot to pit earlier.
Come on now. Checking out 1 to 3, number
So
3.
your guys' top 20 right now, I'll go ahead and name them out.
check up.
Now on the screen right here, that is your top 20 at the moment. I know it's being updated as these guys are trying to get back into single file. But Dylan Hartman's still out in front. Now, what lap are we on, Cody? Because I cannot see that.
Who wrecked?
Oh, lap 18.
Hey, lap 18,
Yeah,
guys.
right
So,
here now.
you know, we're almost halfway through. This is the third caution of the night. You know, earlier I was saying, you know, this could be a caution-filled race. It could be, you know, green flag till the end, hard racing. I think we've seen hard racing, but just not enough time as we've been under yellow quite a bit here. And it looks like Devin.
We're gonna do this
Devin
race under
Baker
yellow.
was in the pit lane, Cody. He just left there.
Pretty
so
much.
Clifton Chanel also in the pits.
Man, I was hyping up the league and everything in the broadcast booth. I was saying, these guys don't wreck. It'll be fun. Here we are.
And
You haven't
maybe
even raced yet.
he was in the pits. Okay, you know, he's making his way out.
Hey,
so Clifton
Keith,
Chanel.
He's really struggling
I know a
here.
few
They
guys
gave
were
me a
cheering
pass
for
on
him.
the yellow, and I was in
Unfortunately,
P2. There's no way I passed him.
Had to go in pit lane.
I know.
Maybe that was because of
I
what happened
know,
in
I
the restart. Again, I don't know because
Yeah, you passed me. I tried to ask you to let me go by, and you just kept on going.
race control did not say anything. So, and I didn't have anything pop up on my logs.
I passed you before the
Contact or
caution
anything
came
like
out.
that. But Clifton Chanel probably going to be put to the back here of the field.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna call an audible here and say that we'll do this restart double file, but if there's a caution within a lap of that restart, I'm gonna change it.
Some
to
say
single.
Mitchell's is as good as Dale Jr. at these kind of tracks.
Copy that.
Some say Mitchell. Okay,
I like
so
it.
are we talking about
Yeah, same.
which Mitchell are we talking? Oh, Mitchell Sunstorm. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got another Mitchell fan there
I think
in the
it'd
chat.
be better because there's more cars.
I mean, I can certainly change it now if y'all want to.
Nah. After.
Couple more guys
One
have
last
gone to the pits.
Yeah,
Kyle
one more shot.
Purcell. That was the name that we had our camera
Right,
on
I'm
earlier
putting my
there in
faith in you.
practice.
Don't
So a little
make
bit of
a liar
heartbreak
out
there
of
that
me
we
here.
had to hear him take the pit
Save for the boys in the
towards
back.
the middle of the feature event.
Literally.
Another one, Grant McDonald had to go to the pits as well. Darren Ingram in the pits.
Yeah, if we can't get these restarts cleaner, guys, we're going to probably have to start cutting the field at 42 cars.
I'm surprised that already isn't a thing.
So I believe now we are 1 to
Hi,
green.
Tara. Look who's behind you.
Double file. These cars are stacked up, packed up, right behind
I'm
the
in
pace car.
danger.
And Dylan Hartman and Zachary Taylor going to
Yes,
start
sir,
you
you
guys
are.
off here very momentarily.
Hey, William, where's old Todd at?
91 up top.
Caboose Blue cheering for Norris. So Norris has a fan up in the booth.
All right, everybody stay patient on the green flag and let's
So
not
you see
wreck,
there,
please.
race control is letting these drivers know, stay patient on the green or the restart. Maybe
I
that
will
has been
ban
the
you.
issue. Drivers not being patient there for the green
Hey,
flag.
Keith, we do have a rule where there's no passing until you get to the start finish line anyways, correct?
Yeah.
And a lot of it, Kyle, could be
Contact,
they're not
catch up
being
on the
patient.
71,
They're trying
get up
to
here, and the rest of you
gain
guys
a lot of
keep coming.
position, especially
Go-
the guys
go
in the
right
back.
on
But
time.
I think a lot of it is a lot of these guys know they can't pass till the start finish line, and when they do that, you know, maybe it's an accordion effect, and then the guys in the back are hitting people because they're trying to go as fast as they can to get up front. So it could be an accordion effect here off the restarts.
Yeah, I definitely
All
believe
right,
that's
everybody, nice and
what's
easy.
happening here during this race. But race control let them know what happened or what's
Watch
going
out
to
for the
happen
checkup.
from now on. And I believe that's going to set some fire in these guys to get it right.
Well,
As pace truck pulls off, green flag is out for lap number 20 of 50. So 30 to go here for the Daytona 500. Dylan Hartman starting you guys out there down the front stretch as these cars are side by
Keith,
side
you might
going
want to
into
start
one.
adding to the pre-race announcement what the pace car speed is.
We
because
have the
I
31
don't
as
think
Zachary
anyone
Tyler
has a
there
clue what it is
looking
ever.
to make something happen there in the middle line, but move back a couple
Sure, I can
spots.
do
He
that.
now finds himself in the 4th position. So Zachary Tyler moving back there off the restart, but Dylan Hartman there
Much appreciated.
blocking all the cars behind him off as much as he can. He will be on the bottom side of the racetrack, the left front, you know, just rubbing that yellow line all the way around the track. So as these top 5, about top 7 cars right now are all running the bottom. But we're going to go to Caleb West. Caleb is there in the 21. He's got a couple cars behind him looking to make something happen. That'll be William, James, and Will. So William, James, and Will are going to be the 9th, 10th, and 11th position. You got the 92 of James Beck up at the top of the racetrack there in the Milwaukee machine. He was up front. He was running second and has now moved 9 spots. So he will find himself in his Ford car in the 12th position. So we got a few guys there looking to make a bump draft happen on the top side of the track. That is James, the 96 of Dennis. But other than that, Cody, we got a little bit of single file racing happening up front still.
I'm in low 71.
Yeah, and a lot of it, Kyle, is these guys are trying to form a line, but, you know, you can't form a line if you're not consistent with that line because, like these guys back here, like where Dennis Wars and stuff is, you know, they're trying to make that high side work, but all these guys go up there and then they don't stay there. That line ain't going to work because they're not helping each other. They're just going down at the bottom to help that line, and that line's faster because nobody is trying to help on the top side. So, you know, like these 3 cars right here, they're gaining positions because they've stuck with each other the last couple laps. I've been watching. They've stuck with each other. They're making that line work because they've been consistent. A lot of these guys are shooting down the bottom because they see that line's faster, but it's because the top side, nobody wants to stay consistent. Like you see number 9 there. He's jumping up to that high side. He sees that they got to run. So now he's trying to help them out, and he's getting drafted here by the 92. So, you know, it's all about making a line consistent, and that's how these lines get faster is once you stay consistent with that line, other cars are going to see that, and they're going to help you.
All right, well, you heard it there, folks, from Cody. Oh, contact there with the number 9 into the back of the 87. So, yeah, Cody was talking there about Will Weaver. That's the number 9. That's who we are on board with right now with the nose camera.
Oh,
so
boy, we 3 wide.
who you see in front of him is Robert Chappelle. So we'll go to the inside cam of Robert and see what Robert's view of the Daytona 500 looks like from the 6th position. Robert's stayed consistent there on the middle line. On the inside of him, the number 42 is Zachary Wake. As he is side by side with Zachary right now going in turns 1. 26 laps to go here. Time is winding down, Cody. What do you think in your opinion, when is the right time to make, you know, that final move to get yourself in a position to possibly win the race?
Usually, you know, with iRacing, it's pretty technical, just like it is in real life. And if it's just like real life, you know, the last 10 laps, you're going to want to put yourself in that position because usually, you know, what we like to call the big one out on asphalt usually happens here at Daytona. Places like Daytona, Talladega, the big one happens because in the last 10 laps because everybody is trying to put themselves in the position to where if that big one happens in the front where the leaders are battling it out and they wreck, you know, if you're in the front and you're the leader and you get wrecked and you got 2, 3, 4 wide behind you at these big tracks like this, you know, that's gonna hurt a lot of cars, especially if it goes the wrong way. So, you know, it's gonna have to stay consistent and hopefully nobody causes that big one up front.
That was a fun 3 laps or 4 laps.
Absolutely, Cody. As you were talking, we had a yellow come out, but I'm going to go through the field here and maybe see what the reason for that yellow was.
Wow, who just car? You just went up there and turned him.
I heard somebody turn somebody else. So we'll try to get you guys a replay there. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get you a replay. When you have this many cars out here, my log is just constantly running and filling up. So
Is there a Arca brake rule in this league, by the way?
I don't see any. See, the 55 machine has a little bit of damage there on his backside, so I'll replay it a little bit, and we'll see.
If you, oh, sorry to interrupt. If you want to go to, looks like the number 5 car. I'm trying to get a name here. Looks like the number 5 had some contact with somebody.
Middle backstretch, pace car.
So that is Nathan Strader, it looks like.
Check up, turn 3. Check up, turn 3.
So I don't see anything just yet.
Come on down, 9.
I'm not seeing anything quite yet. We'll go back live.
Those guys in front of me, man. Sorry.
So,
You're all good.
From the sounds of race control, we had a little bit of
Hey, where's that 71
a pile up
here?
there towards the rear of the field. It looks like somebody turned somebody else, and it kind of just
Jeremy,
domino
what
effect.
happened there? Looks like you were like.
And that was
71
that's
is
a late
turn
caution
3.
right there. You know, just I think
Going
what
into
20
turn
laps
4.
to go as cars are pitting. Cody, cars are taking pit lane.
Yeah, and that's going to be a good strategy because these guys can get fuel now and they can make it to the end of the race, I do believe.
Don't know why I check out so hard. My bad.
Hey, Keith, I got a passing under yellow.
he shouldn't have done that.
So Dylan Hartman there in the 90. He was your leader. We'll see if
I'm too distracted
his
by
pit crew
receiving
can get it back
balls,
out
man.
front.
Hey, dude.
I think
Come on, guys.
Dylan is now going to be second, Cody. I think the 22 had a better pit there. That is
All right, are all
Mitchell
these black flags for
Sunstorm.
passing under the yellow?
Sunstrom,
Yes,
guys.
mine
Mitchell
is.
Sunstrom there in the Ajax
I knew.
22. He is
Yeah, I
now
checked
your
the
race
speeding one.
leader.
I got a passing under yellow. I know it may not seem like it, but I swear.
So
you
we
can
now
check
have
the
a new
log.
leader. Mitchell, you guys, I know there's a lot of you in the
War boy, how about
the
you?
booth that are
Because
cheering him
71
on,
couldn't get up to us.
and he has found his way
All right.
not out in front. Sorry, Cody, is that going to be the 36 now of Sean out in front?
I think so, possibly.
So the Toyota
It's been fun
has
coming out
found
and
his
doing
way
pace
back
practice
up
with
to
you
the
guys. This is a
front.
good time.
Dylan Hartman now moving back to third.
Apparently we need it.
Some people didn't use that 1 hour of practice.
But nonetheless,
Bro, 1 hour
it's going to be
practice doesn't help
exciting
you
for the
pace.
last 18 or so laps
gotta
that we have
pull it.
remaining.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah,
this is
I've been-
everyone's here's
I've been
first
watching
time with the
Will Weaver
Daytona
a lot
race,
here in this
56
race
drivers.
because
I
his
know it is
teammate,
my time, first
Robert
time
Chappelle,
with that many.
they've
So
been
it's-
pretty
it's
close
gonna have
here
some
with each
glitches,
other, even off
especially
pit
with
road.
people,
So
checking up
I've been
and
watching
talking,
these two to
not
see if
racing
maybe
glitches.
their strategy
We'll
is
just
to
have to do
bump
the
draft
best we
with
can.
each other or what
What do you
their
want, Dom?
plan was here.
I know
I do believe there is 4 of these teammates out here. I'm not sure where the
way
other
bigger
ones
than it-
are in the pack, but you
I
know,
don't care if I'm in the back
Will
of the
Weaver in
pack
the
as
number
long
9
as I
and
keep this thing
Robert
surviving.
Chappelle in the 87. They've been working together up here in the front, and I think that's their strategy here late in the race. They're going to stick with each other, and I think they're going to try to push each other to the lead.
So they will now double it back up. There's your guys' number 87 of Robert Chappelle. He is sitting 5th right now, so he'll be starting on the inside for your green flag. Hopefully this will be the last yellow of the night. But I'm not going to put any bets
35
on it. I
outside,
think the
though.
Daytona gets really exciting there towards the end.
It does, and usually, you know, turns 3 and 4 is where a big one happens, whether that's lap 3, final lap. You know, usually they're battling it out to get that final position in those last 3 to 4 laps. You know, the big one's known to happen at Daytona right on the white flag or right at lap 3 to make these guys go into green, white, checkered.
Absolutely. Well, Sean has some damage up to the front. If you take a look at his nose, Cody, that could definitely affect his speed.
All right.
If
same
he did
deal.
not take the pit
Let's,
there.
Let's keep it clean on the restart.
Yeah, it could, but you know, it's a drafting game, so you know, somebody pushes them, you know, it might not affect them too much.
Out on that caution. I think I'm the only one, and I only picked up like 20 spots.
The lights are
It made
out
me
on the
drop
pace
all the way
car.
back.
That means they're going to be going green this time by. They are double
Yep.
file.
Yeah, too.
They're stacked back up. They're packed back up, as
Apparently,
I like to
iRacing
say.
doesn't like having this many cars.
And
We
they're
got out
gonna
before
tighten
you
it up
did.
a little bit more, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the reason. We got out
As the
before you
guys
guys
in the
started
back
getting back in the park. And this
Kind
one.
of falling behind.
Suppose it's
So
possible
Sean
if you did
Dion
a quick fuel only stop or something.
Is going to be your
We
pole
all
setter
do.
here at the moment.
Yeah, that's wild. 21
As the
cars
pace truck
were
is going to
able
be, the
pit
pace
before I
car
ever
is going to
made
be
it
looking to
to
pull
the
off
start
at
finish
any
line.
time. And we will get you guys back under green
why-
flag
Either
racing
way, there isn't anything we can
for
do
the
about
GFI
that.
Daytona 500. A lot of cars still out there, not as many as what started.
All right, keep it clean.
But the pace truck is off. Sean is looking to start you guys out there in the Toyota. Green flag for Sean as he starts you guys off there on the inside of the track. He has got Dylan Hartman there in the number 90 right behind him. Right on his bumper, but Mitchell Sestrom on the top side getting drafted by the car behind him. He is now in the lead. They're off of turns 2 down the backstretch as they look at this camera view right here. You can just see how that inside line is like a single file train all the way down the backstretch here into 3. So keep it for Mitchell Sundstrom as he is still your leader out in front. But it's literally side by side. Sean's on the inside, side by side with the guy on his outside as he falls back a little bit.
36
Mitchell
hit the
with a
gas,
really good
brother.
run there. And look at that,
Sean
Cody.
Dion guy does not need to be leading, boys.
Sean is already in the back. That quick.
I couldn't even call out.
Yeah, and that's what happens,
Sorry,
and it kind of looks like
Oh,
maybe
shit.
he lost some speed or power off that, and you know it bunched up them guys on that bottom line, and it
Sean,
made that
you got
top
a
side a
copy,
lot
Sean?
faster.
So, Sean,
Yeah,
we'll
what's
get
up?
you guys a replay there on Sean because he was running good, and
in
then
the Discord
here's
for
the
a while
replay
to communicate with you. You don't communicate on here.
as he's on the inside
Was the
there.
75 involved in that?
The 22 is long gone out of 4,
Yeah, where's the
and he
75 at?
holds up the entire inside
I'm
line,
coming.
and boom.
Coming
and,
on
and,
out.
and that split of
Hey,
a
guys,
few
go.
seconds moved away all the way to the middle of the
I got
pack,
tire damage,
which gives
so
Nolan
be careful around me.
Milnes your
I'm
guys'
gonna try
lead
to make
at
it
the
back to the
moment.
pit.
We'll go back live.
You coming 70? You coming 75?
I'm coming on the outside.
Or no,
Line
sorry,
line,
that is
coming
not
on the
who's in
backstretch.
lead. Or
You're
is,
what on the
is
outside?
that Nolan that's in the lead, Cody, here, or am I getting that wrong?
Can we please sort this out?
I believe that does put him in the lead.
Am I supposed to
From
pass you
on my
boys?
side
Up on the
over here,
backstretch.
it does say that Nolan is in the first position right now.
Control. Is there another stage
So
break?
that's a name that we haven't seen up front because Nolan
No.
started 8th on the first
Okay.
lap, stayed patient,
Oh,
made his
shoot.
way
Sorry, my
up
internet went out.
to the front of the pack. So he's moved up 7 positions
Catch.
there in his Chevy number 19.
I don't know what happened.
So Nolan Milnes,
Then you gotta get off the racetrack. Go on the apron where nobody else is, man. Come on.
we got some arguing in the chat.
If people refuse to catch the pace car, do you get a flag clear?
Check number 3.
It's just that's racing, Cody.
Pit road just
Again, you
opened
said
as I was
earlier emotions
passing
were
it,
going
and
to
I
probably
needed
run
to pit so
high.
bad. No.
And as you fans can hear, emotions are definitely running
I
high
need the
from a
13
couple
car
of
by
these
where you
guys.
at.
Yeah, and
Big 22?
I know
Oh,
I've been
wait,
talking
this
about this team because I've been watching them. The Free Time Racing, or FTR, I believe, is on the side of their car. They have now gotten together. Robert Chappelle in the 87, and then you got Casey Cotterman, which is another one of their
Please go,
teammates,
guys.
which we haven't talked about, is in the 82. And then you got Will Weaver in the number 9. They are all together now as a team. And when that guy in the 36 car, I forgot his name, sorry,
The 91 is super
backed
damaged
up
and
those
slow, and
guys,
he can't catch up
all
to me,
those guys
so
behind
I let
him,
by,
those
but
teammates are
I
now
can't.
together, so that may be another strategy, and
Yeah,
it
just
it
catch
may
the
have
car
hurt
in
them a
front
little
of
bit
you.
because
Don't
they
worry
did
about
drop a
people
few
behind
spots,
you.
but
We clear
now
black
that
flags
there's
for
3 of the
passing under
teammates
yellow.
in there at the FTR racing there,
Yeah,
that
the guy
may
in the
help
flag
them
is
here
so
in the
fun.
end with
Good
only, what we got, 17 to go.
Beast, I don't know if you
So
can
that
see
may
me, but
help
I
these
can't catch up to
teammates
any
right
of them
here.
because my tires
And
are
I
messed
do
up.
believe 10th, 11th, and 12th
Well,
position.
if you can't go, then you'll have to tow.
Yeah, it's going to show
Good old,
Robert there in
50
9th.
cars.
Then behind Robert
I mean,
has
I'm at
Casey
I'm near the pit,
in
so I'm
10th, and then
perfect.
Will Weaver in 11th. So those are the 3 cars that are
Oh,
part
okay,
of that
that's
team.
fine. Like I said before.
So
you
Cody
know,
may be
don't
right.
worry
That might
about
be, it might have
damaged
kind of
cars
sucked that they fell back, but now
because
that they're
I
all
will clear
together,
those black
they can
flags.
really make
So
something
just
happen.
Do your pit like normal, even if you pass them under the yellow. That's perfectly fine.
So we're still single file. Nolan
Next time when you're
Milnes,
lagging, you can't see
a
any
car that
cars
we
go
have
to the
not
apron,
seen
please.
yet, has made his way up in front. He's now behind the
that
pace
kind of got me a
car
bit.
as they are looking to go double file here shortly. Once they go double, that means they are 1
Hello?
to go. As we have a few
Hey, can
cars
I
that
ask
have
was
entered
the
pit
wreck
lane.
in
Quite a
the
few
front
have
pack
entered
or
pit
was
lane.
it in the back?
So Sean was one of them. That was the
Let's start
36
back.
car that started out front on the restart.
was in the middle.
He went to the pits, but he did have a lot of damage up in front.
The first wreck, not the second one.
First one was in the top 20. I don't know what place, but I was 23rd, and there was a couple cars in front of me.
Not very many cars left here at Daytona, Cody. Did you expect that?
Yeah, I expected a
So
lot of people to maybe
since
get
there's
too
a
much
lot
damage
of
on their
cars,
cars
can
to
I
where they're
suggest
not
that if
repairable.
there's a wreck
I'm not
further
sure if
up
they
and the
have
guy
fast
towards
repairs.
the
I
back can't see it
didn't
originally,
catch that if they
you gotta
did.
call out for it.
But, you know, a lot of looking at the
I usually do,
results here,
but,
you know, there's a
Cali
lot of,
usually isn't clear.
there's 6 or 7 cars that are laps down, you know.
All right, we're gonna have.
So
to
I'm not
keep the camera
sure.
down a little bit
I'm
now
not
here.
sure if those were like just damages
there.
off the restarts, and that's what maybe caused our yellows
That
early on,
could have been avoided.
or what is happening there with some of these cars leaving. And maybe they have engine troubles or something. because it is a big track, especially if you're trying to catch up to a draft line. That's going to put a lot of wear and tear on those motors because you're full speed and some of these guys might only be at 60, 70% throttle.
Related chatter for the hauler in the Discord after the race, and keep the radio open for race communications.
That sounds good.
So it looks like we're back double.
And by race,
Lights are out on the pace car, so just not a lot of laps remaining. This is about the time that you need to be making a move with laps winding down. It's going to be exciting to see who's actually going to take the win here, because we've had so many different leaders already. We haven't really had one guy take over the field yet, but
the chatter down on the
a couple guys that we're still have seen out front, the number 22 of Mitchell. That's a car that that we have seen up in front. The number 92 of James Beck has stayed in the front.
No, sorry, Keith. I saw Blue 89.
But other than that, Nolan came from the back, or really about from the middle of the back.
It's kind of a mess out there, given
now he's got his eyes set possibly on a Daytona 500 win as the pace car here will pull off.
Yeah, we're gonna go like 50 cars. It's actually gonna leak.
Got to do a fuel cap.
71.
And the green flag is about to drop for your number 19 of Nolan. We'll see what he can do here. And there they go, thundering down the front stretch here in front of the crowd. A sold-out crowd here at Daytona 500. As we side-by-side up into turn number 1. We're going to get a different view angle here. As you can see, literally nose to tail on the top, nose to tail on the bottom. Looking, those teammates there are trying to make something happen. So Nolan Millis still finding himself out in front, getting bumped by the number 22 of Mitchell Sundstrom. Looks like Zachary Tyler, that's the 31 that was running the top side, now falling back. He was up there in the second position, now falling back to 4th and 5th. So we'll see if he can make any changes there to try to find his way back up front. But nonetheless, 15 laps to go. Nolan and the 19 still out in front, as he has got a lot of cars behind him. Number 22 maybe going to make a move, Cody.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I'm watching this high side, and it looks like they're slowing off a little bit, but, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of three-wide racing like we are right now. The 31, he's just getting sucked down in that wind tunnel there. He dropped back quite a few positions there. He's finally collected it and went down to the bottom. But I think once we start going 10 to go, and maybe if we do have another restart, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of three-wide action here to get that position to try to win this race, and that may cause a lot of cautions once they start going 3 wide.
Yeah, definitely get me excited for that, for the 3-lane racing. Any form of racing. Having 3 cars side by side is always a tense moment. We'll go back to the pack a little bit, kind of see what other people's views are looking like. Davis Brown moved up a lot of spots. I'm showing he's moved 30 spots. So he's got that Ford machine sitting 9th right now. They're on the top of the racetrack. Got the Pennzoil 65 on the inside of him. Looking to make a move there on the 42 that's in front of him. A couple cars in behind there were kind of weaving all over the place, but now they got it back straight. Dalton Cleveland there in the number 44. He is sitting 14th. 13 laps to go. 13 laps to go for your GFI Racing team. As the Pennzoil car a little loose there, out of 2. That's going to be the number 65 of William Ridgway. He has moved up a lot of spots. So he finds himself in the 11th and 12th position now. He's kind of back and forth there with the number 44. That's on his inside.
And like I was talking about, Kyle, see these 3 FTR cars, they've all figured out that they need to be with each other. And now they've all got into each other. They're helping each other draft and stuff, and we're getting a little swirly. 14 cars shot down below the yellow line there. I think we're going to start maybe seeing some 3-wide action, and there may be a nice I wouldn't say nice, but there might be a big wreck. You know, because I've been watching these guys, and some of these cars are not made to be pushed like that. You know, they get on the
Mitch, I'm
tails
not
of
trying to
them, and
bump
they
you, I'm just
start
getting hit from
getting
behind.
real swirly, and they don't know how to back off quite
good.
yet.
Sorry.
Yeah, definitely some swirliness there from the backside of the field, which could maybe cause a late haymaker here in
I was
the
off the gas
Daytona.
that
So 12
whole
laps
time I was sitting
remaining.
here. I was trying to get off of you.
No crazy
Yeah, it
moves
was just a
just
checkup.
yet.
I mean, you didn't do nothing
But
wrong.
here shortly we might see some
Yeah, it's all
three-wide
good.
racing action. 11 laps to go. We'll go back up to that team, that Robert Chappelle. We're going to take a look at what it looks like to be in the draft pack of his FTR team. So that is going to be a eye view level of the 87. Oh, cars in
Whoa,
front,
contact.
swirly contact.
He saved it. He saved it. They're 3 wide, 4 wide in the back here.
4 wide. Holy cows, we are 4 wide with 11 laps to go. I cannot believe that guy saved it. Was that the 14?
I do believe so. That was that TikTok scheme car there.
Yeah, as he is in the back of the pack, he saved it as he finds himself in the 20th position. That could.
Now we got another FTR car here, the number 311. He's with his teammates now after that little accordion effect there. He is caught up to his teammates there of the 87 and number 9 car. So maybe they could work together to get back up to Casey that's sitting up front. So maybe they could work together and they could all be up front here with only 9 to go, I do believe.
Yep, just 9 remaining left. So time is winding down. We're going to go back up front and check on your leaders. And Nolan Milne is still out in front. He's been defending
Number 10,
for quite a while here. Mitchell Sundstrom right behind him. So your top 3 right now is Nolan, Mitchell, and James. But don't count out Dylan Hartman there.
Back in the pack, buddy.
And now we have a caution on the speedway.
Now this is going to change things up here, Kyle. Some of these guys, I'm not sure if they'll pit. It might not be a good strategy to pit right now with only 8 to go. But you know, this could throw a curveball in there, especially with these FTR cars. I've been watching them. I've been liking them. They race good. I think that it's a possibility that this is the caution they needed to be up there in the front now. This might be a good strategy for them to be able to all be together.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry, 16. I was getting pushed from the 71.
Absolutely. We're going to get our camera
Pace
back
cars in turn 2, guys. Just keep in the gas and catch it.
up front here on the leaders. We'll see if they pit here.
You guys see me passing you on the outside back here on the south side lane. It should not be happening. You guys should be up there. Don't lift when the wreck's behind you.
Checking up on the back.
So they'll be checking up
His
on
car's
the
at the
back
bus stop.
stretch. So they slow it down. Going to go single file, get them pace to back up. The pace car's on the track. And once race control feels like they're ready to go, it will be green flag
like
race
this, we gotta be
shortly.
tight
So
we can, everybody can
yeah,
get
this
the
is
pit and,
this is
not
going to
have
be
to
good,
wait.
Cody, with only 7 or 8 laps left to go.
Lucky Dog will be coming around
Yeah,
the outside.
I think it's going to be a 3 wide track
Everybody
now.
go low for the Lucky
That's what
Dog.
I got, that feeling that it's going to turn into a 3 wide track, and it's all going to be battling for position to get this win here at Daytona.
Check it out before. Check it out
For the
before.
fans that are still in the stands, let us
Sorry,
know
this
who
dude
your
parking,
bets
I was
on
trying to.
for who's going to take home the GFI Daytona 500. Your
Black
top
Flag, I'm
3
still
right
5
now
left
is Nolan, Mitchell, and James. We got Dylan Hartman, Thomas Ridgway, Zachary
Oh my
Tyler rounding
gosh,
out
the
the
front of the
next
field.
3.
Oh, it's nice to see
And
all
then
of
we
you
got the
guys.
FTR team, still in the mix there. But who do you got your bets on? Let us know there in the chat, because this could be anybody's race.
All right, guys, I'm going to go back to the back. See you later.
You'll be back. I'll see you up here eventually.
Not being 5 left down, no, I won't.
Hey, 42, thanks for picking me up right there. Someone got in my quarter panel, shot me outside, so I couldn't get back in line.
All right, because it's probably going to happen, we have 2 green-white checkered attempts. to finish under green. After that, whatever happens, happens.
So there's some info there from the race control. 2 different tries at a green-white checkered. So
I haven't even sniffed the lead. I started working my way
these
up there,
guys
but 39
have to
couldn't
finish
figure it out,
under.
but hopefully I'll get up there.
They have 2 tries to finish
All
under
right, I
checkered.
said that's enough of that.
So that could be nice. That way, we're
How
not
many
finishing under
green
a
lights
yellow,
checkers
'cause that's
again?
that's no fun. You know, finishing under yellow.
2 attempts.
So this is the onboard camera of Mitchell Sundstrom. He has been battling there for second, right behind Nolan. And we're going to see what Mitchell can do here. He's got some fans in the stands cheering him on. And we'll see if that'll motivate him and give him some good luck to put him up at the front. But at the moment, sitting at a podium position, nothing to hang your head about, especially here at Daytona. Epic Fishy says he will win. Don't worry, he's the GOAT.
Tight. I've been going about
All
90
right.
at the time the green flag was flown in the back of the pack.
There
about
you go,
every-
Mitchell. Got plenty of fans in the stands looking to find the 22 in victory lane. But
Is Hightower complaining
6
about
laps to
going
go, Cody.
fast?
Only 6.
Yeah, I do feel like I got that
going
feeling
slow
that there's
after
going to
going
be a lot of 3 wide racing here in these last few laps.
I'd
We're
be
definitely
complaining
hoping
too if
so.
it ends
Let's
up
take
being
a
2
look there
packs
at the
because half the
Milwaukee
pack doesn't want to
car has made his way back up. James Beck has made his way back
My
up
bad, bro.
towards the middle of the race there. He found himself
Mitchell, did you mean right
towards
now
the
or at the
back
start?
of the pack, but you know, not too many laps later, he's back
Every
up front.
single
So,
restart.
you know, in NASCAR, a lot of things can change pretty quick, and I think tonight has been a great example
I'm not
of that.
lifting unless you got a checkered flag.
But Nolan
Oh,
is going
here
to
we
start
go.
you guys out as the pace
There should
car
be
will go
barely
back
any
into the
gap
pits at
between
this
you and
time
the car
by.
in front.
And once he does, Nolan will start you guys out
Well, I'm waiting for the
for
54 to
the
get up here.
possibly last green flag of the night.
There's a blinker somewhere in between.
39-yard light blinking in
So
and
we're
out.
going to see
bud.
what it looks
it's
like
bad.
from Nolan's point of view for your green flag.
Yeah,
We
huh?
haven't done that yet. And we will see what it looks like for him.
I'll go up, boys.
All right, 5 laps.
5 laps remaining.
You
This
can do
could
it.
be a good one here. Pace truck is off.
Thanks, 23.
And green flag is out. 5 laps remaining for Nolan Milnes.
Hold
We'll
up.
see if he can keep that car up in front. As you hear him shifting through the gears. And Mitchell with a run there on the top side of Nolan. We're going to go on the outside cam here. You got Nolan on the inside, Mitchell on the outside.
Mitchell, I have no help.
Mitchell doesn't have much help there behind him.
Just keep coming down.
But Nolan does, as Nolan now has help from James Beck, and a yellow flag out. A yellow flag is out on the speedway.
Hey, the wreck is behind us, guys. Throttle down, go.
As they
Hey, no need to check out. Catch the pace car.
had a wreck back there. We're going to see who is involved in
Go.
the wreck.
Go.
We will get you guys a replay here
Push.
to
Everyone
see
push.
what happened for the cause of the caution.
Can't get some of the gears.
So it looks like maybe not able to get the replay there. As those guys
29, I'm sorry, but you need to calm down.
Pace car in the back stretch.
Check up, check up, check up.
I don't see any wreck yet.
I didn't mean to take it 3 wide right there. I saw a check up, and I was afraid I was going to run you over 10, so I drove it 3 wide.
Who was
Didn't
just
really
talking
mean
on
to
the
do that.
radio, Cody?
And
What
then the
number?
84 never gave me room.
Maybe
Sorry.
29 at Ethan Storms is talking at the
Pace car,
moment.
turn 3.
Okay, we're gonna go on Ethan Storm's car here and maybe see. He was apologizing, so that might have been the reason for the wreck.
Cliff, are you fuel saving? No, I got enough. I got 11 laps left.
'Cause it looks like we're not going to be able to see what happened from Ethan's point of view.
Check out big car.
But he's still out there. He's
I've
still
been
in
off all
17th
race.
position.
It was the first time down pit road. I couldn't find my stall. I've been one stop off the whole race.
But
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think from
There
what
are
I
marker,
overheard
Josh.
is maybe just an
Can
accident.
I get a check on how many laps there are? I
I
was
don't think it was
a
anything
couple laps
intentional
down.
or dirty.
There is, yes, there's 4 laps to go. We're bringing 3 right now. Thank you.
Yep.
This is one of 2 green light checkers.
So we will now have the first out of 2 green-white
Not
checker.
yet.
Possibly. It depends on.
That will be.
I think they'll go green.
Hey, 3070 of them, Mike. Can you check how my front end is?
It looks good to me.
30 people still in the stream. Want to thank you guys so much
Where's
for
he going?
tuning in. We did have 40-something at
All right,
one
thank
point,
you.
which was my highest viewer count. Hopefully you
Wait,
guys are
apparently.
liking what we put up here, what we put on here up here in the booth.
Second place car just split out.
I know
That's interesting.
it's may have seemed a little different from what I usually do, as I usually do dirt.
Yep.
That's my strong suit there, so that's kind of why I had Cody as backup, and he's been a great backup here. I think we'll bring him on for some dirt races here in the future, and hopefully he'll tag along with GFI. As I am the broadcaster for the rest of the GFI series. So the rest of this year, every Monday, you're going to see Rapid Racing TV hosting GFI. So the Daytona was definitely a good start. And I think, you know, as we were talking earlier, the more tracks that I go to, the more tracks that I watch these guys go around, the more familiar I get with everybody, and the more familiar I get with what kind of racing NASCAR puts on. You know, I knew a little bit about what drafting meant. I didn't know that that's something that you really want to focus on there. But nonetheless, I have liked what I've seen here.
Have you got a favorite driver yet?
I don't know. It's been kind of all around the board. You know,
ride
Nolan there up
on
in
the outside?
front. He's really been working his way around the track. Mitchell, though, I've had my eyes on him quite a bit. Mitchell is the number 22. He's sitting second right
this
now.
is attempt 1 at the green-white
And
checker.
He's been up front for most of the race
Y'all
tonight.
know what you got to do. Just do it.
He was the one who started pole. So he might find himself back up there again. But not a lot of time left. So I think this will be the time there where you're going to see everybody go big or go home, as some of you guys like to say.
It definitely will. I think we're going to maybe see a little bit of 3-wide action here. But I tell you one thing, I've been watching these FTR guys, and I'm really liking the way their race team is
So if I
controlled. There's
accidentally
4
wreck
of them
you,
right here, all bunched up close to each other. So I think that might be a good strategy for them, being that close to their teammates.
That's really
But I've been watching them the whole race. You know, I flipped through a little bit, but I've been watching this FTR team for basically the whole race, and I'm really starting to like the FTR team here at Daytona.
Yeah, I think they run good. I think they're respectful to each other as well. You know, they want to help each other out. And I think that's what makes a racing team good, is just the respect that you guys, you know, you have for your teammates. You know, me and Cody, we started our own team just
91,
recently.
I gotta get by you.
It's more focused on a dirt team, but we want to get some asphalt drivers. So if any of you guys are interested in a team that
5, I gotta get.
you know, is a really up and coming team, you can talk to me or Cody. We'll get you on board, because we are looking for some drivers that no matter what class you are, or no matter what you race, we want to kind of have a team that dedicates it to everything. Number 72 got a fan, Sam. Sam is the fan of the number 72, so not seeing 72 at the moment, but we might see him here just shortly with 2 laps remaining. Green flag is out. Mitchell with a little bit, I don't know if he meant to do that, but kind of just shot straight to the top of the racetrack. So I think he had to, though. I think Zachary maybe made him do that.
This bottom side's starting to get a good run here. They're starting to move, bob and weave. I think they're going to start trying to push to make them get up there.
So out in front, Nolan and Zachary. They're going to be the ones nose to tail here. Zachary pushing up on Nolan. Nolan blocking him off as they come out of 4th. We'll be going down the front stretch for a white flag for your GFI Daytona 500. We're going to see what happens here. The 3 wide there in the back. This could be anybody's race. White flag. You're right in front of the crowd.
Below the yellow, hey brother, you below the yellow line, bro.
Now we're going to keep the camera up in front with Nolan and Zachary. Zachary looking to make a move here as we only go one more time on the back
Start that
stretch.
5 gears, right?
Nolan trying everything he can to fight off Zachary.
31, I'll give you 31 bucks to slow down.
Yeah. Here we go. For the last time into 3 and 4 is Nolan going to take the win for the GFI Daytona 500. He has been a fast car here tonight. He's made it.
Oh, wreck, number 39 around.
Oh, we got a big pile up in the back.
Wrecker.
Big pile up in the back. Give it to Dylan. Sorry, Nolan. Wait, Cody, I'm getting...
That was the big one here, bud. We might have to watch that replay.
So we're going to get a replay, first of all, on who won the race.
I believe, as of iRacing right now, it was Zachary Tyler. Unofficial result there.
Somebody net coded inside my car there.
Having some troubles here with
Hey, can I get a meatball, please, so I can finish?
So this is your guys'... Wow. So that was after the checkered. So I don't believe we'll be able to get a replay on what happened between Nolan and Zachary.
Wait, what?
Actually, yes, we will. Here it is. All right, so here's your guys' replay here of Zachary and Nolan battling out there for the final lead. Let's see what happened, and then we'll go to the big wreck.
You know, that's plate racing. But,
and Nolan with, Zachary with one heck of a move there for the final couple seconds there before the checkered. And he finds himself, Zachary Tyler, your GFI Daytona 500 winner.
I believe it's the 31.
What a race there towards the end. You were right, Cody. The big one happened.
I know we asked in the
Yeah, that's usually how it goes here at Daytona. It's always the last lap, last 3 to 4 laps, but it usually does happen on that white flag.
So if you finish
give it up for Zachary Tyler there out of Pennsylvania, letting the crowd hear it as he gets it stuck there on the front stretch. He was doing a burnout. Oh, we got it unstuck. Let's see if he continues his burnout. Zachary Tyler waited and waited, and he made the right move. A Busch Light car, a couple other sponsors there.
Okay, well that was.
As he parks it there in victory lane. Zachary P1, Dylan P2,
night.
Nolan P3.
I'm excited. I got to keep on making. I know I really want to
I think that's false. It should be
I'll
Nolan
put you in
P2.
there.
So we're gonna get you guys' interviews here in just a second. So your first. Cody, can you tell me who finished third?
According to mine, it says Dylan Hartman for third.
All right, so Dylan Hartman there is up. We're going to talk to Dylan and see how his night went. I'm going to get the camera first on Dylan. Oh, man, I am out of breath. I was hoping that would happen there for the final lap, and it definitely did. Every broadcaster's dream right there. The big one at Daytona, but not only the big one is what got my eyes, the battle up front. So Dylan Hartman finishing P3. We're going to get him moved down here and see what he has to say. Hey, Dylan, it's Kyle up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you found yourself in a podium position. The big one happened there behind you moments before the checkered flag came out. Kind of walk us through your night and how it went.
Well, I only got one thing to say. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I woke up this morning and I peed excellence. Nobody could hang with my stuff through that first half.
You're definitely not wrong about that. We had the camera on you quite a bit towards the beginning. What was the kind of the reason there for moving the back of the field? Did Zachary and Nolan kind of just have a better run on you towards the end?
Yeah, I mean, they were just stuck together the whole time. I didn't really have any help behind me there. So there's really nothing I could really do. They just kept pulling away and pulling away.
All right. Well, Cody, do you have any questions for the P3 finisher tonight?
No, I do not. Sorry, I had technical difficulties, so I missed that interview.
Oh, all good. Anybody you'd like to thank on your car, Dylan, tonight?
Well, I sim race, of course. Clifton had a lot to do with this car. I appreciate him. And RNX Express Racing. And that's about it.
All right, we'll give it up. P number 3, Dylan, you found yourself at a podium position. I'll go ahead and move you back down. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, your next up will be Nolan Millanis. He was the one that was in the lead and unfortunately lost it there right at the end. We're going to get on board with him. There he is, and we'll pull him up. All right.
Thought,
Nolan,
like, man, is he going to get a run on us? But it didn't happen. So
Nolan, it's Kyle up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, yeah, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Well, what an exciting race there, and what an intense finish towards the end. Kind of walk us through your last couple laps here at the Daytona 500.
Just hoping that the outside didn't get going. Like, frankly, I thought it could have all night. One of the ways the way I kind of got up there on the front row was I made that outside work on one of the restarts, and I had a teammate, shout out to Zach, 2 behind, and we just really made that outside work. So it got me the track position, and then it was just like, try and maintain, got all these cautions, and just see what happens. And thankfully, no one else could make that outside work, and we were just good there. We were safe in that bottom lane, and I got great pushes from Zach. He did a great job passing me there at the end, and it was awesome. It was just a good race.
Yeah, definitely a lot of cautions though, but it made it up at the end. You and Zachary, what a show that you put on for the fans tonight. Anybody you would like to thank on your car?
Not on the car, but just my teammate there, Zach, and not the one that won, but Zach and a couple of other guys, and just I'm really excited to be a part of this league. I love the turnout, even though if it was a lot of cautions, a lot of people, but it makes it fun. It made it really interesting. So shout out to my teammates.
All right, well, congratulations again, Nolan Millanis taking P2 home, and we appreciate you coming out tonight. We're gonna go ahead and move you down.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Cody, we're gonna give you the winner. You can ask him whatever you would like.
All right.
All right, and here is Zachary Tyler, your guys' GFI Daytona 500 winner, and we're going to hear what he has to say. Zachary, you got a copy up in the booth?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do, guys. What's going on?
All right, well, Cody's got some questions for you, so we'll allow him to ask those.
Cool.
Hey, Zachary, it's Cody. So walk me through those final laps there that helped you get the win. Like, was there a strategy to that, or was it just you were hoping that maybe the top side wouldn't get a good run on you? Like, just walk me through those thoughts that you had there.
Yeah, I think I had 2 or 3 laps to the good in terms of, so I could not do another green white checker with my guys I had left. So I definitely needed to finish there without having to go another green white checker. And I know I can push really well. I'm with these cars. I'm really good with the next gen cars and being able to show car tandem. So as soon as I, thank credit to, him for holding his line so great. But as soon as I latched on the back bumper, I'm like, I'm gonna push him too. I can't push no more. And I got real hot coming off of 4 on the last lap, which is why I even pulled out. I was content with just taking second place. But once I got hot, I didn't want to blow up, and I came around beside him. And I'm like, I pulled Kevin Harvick at Talladega a couple of years ago, where he passed McMurray by pushing him out in front. So that worked out to a T. Worked out perfectly.
Awesome. Yeah. Is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight? Teammates, sponsors?
No, I'm actually a free agent, so any teammates or any team that they're looking definitely would be interested in joining one. But all I can really thank is my wife for letting me race this race and my new 3-month-old baby Zaylee, baby girl. So happy she's taking care of her while in the other room while I'm racing.
Yeah. And, speaking about a team, I think I know a couple people that might be interested, which is me and Cody, actually. We're letting the fans know that we do have a new team that we just started. But, if you're interested in that, feel free to shoot us a message. But, again, Zachary, what a run that you had tonight. Congratulations taking home the Daytona 500 win. It's always it's a very important race, and it's a very big one, and it's the first one. So a good start to your season. And,
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys, man. Yeah, I've never won one of these before. Never won actual Daytona 500. So I mean, I won actual the 200 lap one, the official race this week earlier. So pretty good week. Can't wait for my luck to turn around finally on these Triple tracks. So you guys did a great job calling the race. Really, I was following along beside me while I'm racing. I had the broadcast up. You guys did a great job too. So thanks for covering this, guys, for us.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. Again, Zachary, congratulations. We'll go ahead and move you back down.
Sounds good, man. Thank you, guys. See you later.
Yep. All right, Cody. Well, that will conclude your Daytona 500 for the GFI Racing League. How was your first broadcast event?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Once you're sitting up here, you got to get a little nervous, honestly, because you kind of want to cover everything, but it's hard to do that when you got 50 cars out on the track.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot going on, for sure, and but other than that, I think we covered it pretty well. We had our biggest stream yet, but I think I could say this: you guys will see Cody back in the booth for the GFI League. And you'll definitely see me for the 35 other races, I believe, that I'm broadcasting for him. But that will conclude our night tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. We will see you next Monday. If you guys like what you saw tonight, make sure you guys subscribe, as we here at Rapid Racing TV have a lot going on throughout the week. We stream on Sunday nights and Monday nights, so back-to-back nights. We are also picking up more leagues as time goes on. But nonetheless, thank you guys once again. Make sure you guys subscribe and share.